Prepare for the roast.
Oh yeah.
What's good, everybody? It's Batman, and we got your boy Pimpin' in here, and we also got the legendary J the Great. You guys should know who he is as well.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, folks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
I'll
make sure to put his YouTube.
Loser today.
Yeah, he's talking about Seth, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I'm talking about that loser Seth. Yeah, that motherfucker.
What's it called? But you guys should know who J the Great is. I'll put his YouTube in the description down below. What's it called? And give him all the love and support. I believe you have a YouTube too, right, Pippin? So if you do,
yeah, I just definitely get that shit rolling, definitely. But yeah, definitely check me out there.
Yeah, so I'll get yours in there too. But yeah, make sure to check them out, guys, and give them all the love and support. They have plenty of good content. IRL, Naruto, you name it. If you want to emphasize on that a little bit more, Jay, you're more than welcome to. But he has go-to content, so definitely check him out.
Yeah, we do streams. All three of us. In fact, this Saturday we're doing a tier list. That's probably gonna be pretty dope, like Naruto. We got a lot of content for you folks, especially the streams. If you want to see us talk about all kinds of variation, like from anime, IRL, even sports, politics. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you heard it. Make sure to check it out. Look at it. It'll be in there for you guys. And be as simple as that. But what we're doing today is we decided to group together and react to the SWAGKAGE stream, his final thoughts on the whole SETH situation, everything. He had some tweets that he basically mentioned that were pretty fucked. And I'm actually going to pull that up as well really quick just to give you guys the context. But let me get him pulled real quick. Actually, I should have him down below. Fuck are you, Swag? There you are.
SWAGKAGE.
So.
Yeah, fuck Seth, man. That's the last straw. Definitely.
This is the first thing. Yeah. So he tweets, Seth has spent the last week using threats of suicide to manipulate Clyde, me, and others into speaking with him. I took him seriously at first, even called his local police for wellness, which that goes to show you Swag's a good guy. He doesn't have to do that, but he's trying to do the right thing. But over the course of the week, it became clear it was a manipulation tactic. So that right there alone, guys, I'll let Jay give his thoughts and Pippin too. But me simply, this just really goes to show with the cherry on the top that there's something wrong with him. Like if you're gonna be using your fucking mental health, that's as an excuse to manipulate people or play this persona that you're suicidal and a victim or all this crap. I mean, and it's actually not the case, and you're just doing it to exploit certain things or take advantage of people. He's sick in the fucking head. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts when you first saw that, though, Jay, and heard about all this shit?
When I first read this, my first initial thought was like, yeah, Seth is a fucking pussy. But I will admit that he does have some sort of mental issue. I don't think suicide is the issue.
No, not suicide.
I'm not a psychologist, so I can't accurately diagnose it, but his pattern of behavior, he clearly has a purpose. He's like, yeah, I need to make more money. Even on the Keem stream, he's like, I need to make more money. Someone suicidal doesn't give a fuck.
He went to 800-some-thousand subs.
Yeah,
from 920 to all the way down.
About the money. Even now, he's still trying to save face. Someone that's suicidal is not going to try to save face. They wouldn't give a fuck.
No. If they are, they would have done it already. I'm just being real. They would have done it, tried to already attempt and failed. Or somebody would have catched them while trying to do the act or whatever. That's when you know it's actually legitimate. I'm just being real with you guys.
And additionally, he wouldn't have even reached out to them. Most people that really have those tendencies don't say shit. They just do it.
For the most part, not all, but for the most part.
But in general, also, I definitely think he is doing this as a manipulation tactic. It's kind of pathetic, considering the things he's done to lead some people to actually be within that realm of thought. So it's pretty pathetic that he's going that low to try to save face. To me, it just seems like he's spiraling and he's trying to grasp at straws now.
Careful,
whatever he has left.
Careful, for all the Seth lovers and your haters, they're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, you know the story. You're just being biased. You're joining the bandwagon. You name it. How dare you?"
And to me, if you're a Seth fan at this point still, bro, fuck you and fuck Seth. You're all dumb motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, you have no idea, bro, Jay, how many fucking comments I have of people bitching at me, or even people that were saying shit about Seth, or even me and you and Pimpin', literally talking shit about us that that we're just being fucking stupid and naive and all this crazy shit. I'm like, okay,
it's fucking sad. Bro,
you don't even have to say anything, honestly. Seth is his actions alone are quite loud in themselves. I mean, the fact that he's resorting to playing this card of suicide for a manipulation tactic is it's not even low. It's excruciatingly low.
It's kind of some obsession vibes too, though.
What's that, bud?
It's like some obsession vibes as well. Because I've known some, not really friends, but friends that had these type of people as friends, to where like either like they were in a relationship or you name it, whatever, to where they would actually try to be like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself or hurt myself, blah blah, just to get attention from the person still, and to not lose the relationship with the person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's like, you know, yeah, he's definitely a narcissistic sociopath to some degree. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if he was like not, actually proven to be guilty of all these allegations, then he would do other things to prove his case. But the fact that he's resorting to this in the first place shows that he really is guilty, and that he has to resort to this in the first place just to even weasel his way out of it.
It's also like Steelman that the Keemstar itself, the very stream itself, proves how he resorted to different tactics to save himself. At first, it was like, this is fake. He's like, at first, this is fake. Then, oh, it's all a joke. And then finally, now it's the suicide claim. Like,
that was what he did. That's what he did towards the end when he realized he just couldn't win anymore, and he was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna go the victim act now.
Yeah, that's all he has left. That's all he has to grasp to.
And it's really fucking sad because once again, if you could have some fucking human decency, take some goddamn accountability, man the fuck up, not be a bitch, which I will agree with Keemstar. He was being a little fucking bitch. Okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just man the fuck up, take accountability, take responsibility for the fucking shit you did and said, okay, and apologize and move forward and grow. That's it. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're going to even remotely get any more respect or get any potential forgiveness from anybody. You know what I mean? Or to even potentially establish bridges that are already burned. Like, it's that fucking simple. You're not going to get it by creating more fires or doing more damage or bitching or going all psychotic and yelling at people or fucking playing the victim or using your mental health as to manipulate and be obsessive with Swag and Six, you name it, or Clyde. Like, that is the wrong way to go. So, Seth, if you're ever watching this, which I doubt, but let's say you ever watch this video, okay, I'm telling you, bro, for how apparently smart you are, I don't know why this is your game plan. That's just not going to fucking work,
I would say that him resorting to all of these tactics rather than actually trying to apologize also illuminates just his actual lack of remorse for what he's done as well.
Doesn't care.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't fucking care.
Saving himself.
He thinks, well, I was just trolling, or it's not that serious, or stop being sensitive. It's like, bitch, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody is like you, and then two, you did and said fucked up shit.
Yeah, it goes beyond just banter. It's like vile. It's malicious at that point. It's not even.
It's one thing of like what me and you could do here and there to kind of talk some shit to people that are talking shit to us and being dickheads or whatever. That's totally different and it's normal. But to like go out and do all the shit that he was doing, that's not the same, bro.
It's like borderline criminal or even arguably criminal. Some of the shit he did. Definitely.
It just definitely illuminates the fact there is some mental debilitation going on, and there's definitely some absurd, keen behavioral patterns that takes place with pedophilia or suicide in this case. Like, these are the things that people don't mess around with.
Yeah, it's abundantly clear. It's abundantly clear, and this also illuminates the complexity of some mental illnesses that exist, because most people perceive mental illness as a condition that absolutely debilitates you to the point where you have no intellectual capacity that's at least significant. But Seth legitimately is an intelligent individual, but still also has existing, I would say, mental conditions as well. So it also eliminates the complexity, and that sometimes it's subtle. Like, you don't even notice. You might consider someone an asshole, and in reality, they have more demons in their closet.
And to show you guys that we're not being fucking biased or joining some bandwagon or being ignorant or naive or whatever the fucking bullshit you're gonna say. Okay, to give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, bare minimum. All right, let's say he can't control this shit. I mean, let's say he does have problems. You know what I mean? Which I believe he does. You know what I mean? But let's say it's even more to an extreme where he just can't control it. He needs help. Blah blah, etc. etc. That's fine. I respect that. You know what I mean? Everybody has their shit. You know what I mean? Their mental issues, whatever, etc. But he needs to at least make effort to start going in the right direction. And that's the problem. He's not doing the right choices right now. I mean, he's making it worse, and that's the fucking problem. And to further add that on with the last tweet that Swag has, or the last two, is he says at first it sounded like he was feeling genuine remorse, but I realized that he was primarily focused on restoring his reputation. Another, fucking manipulation tactic. And I mean, he's already here playing the Two-Face act. Like, he's so remorseful and all this, so I fucked up. Or he's probably even crying to Swag, because Swag did admit that he spoke with him directly. He's probably doing all this shit, and then immediately to just do some red flags. Because Swag isn't dumb, okay? A lot of people, don't be surprised, but Swag's not dumb, okay?
Of course
and
not.
He probably immediately, like any normal, person that has common sense, immediately picked up on the red flags again and called him out and was like, yeah, like, you're fucking bullshitting still. Like, you really think you're going to get me, and catch me after all this shit? So I already know legitimately that's legit. And then when he says to add on further, I spoke to him to stop him from killing himself. He used the opportunity to try and get me to help to clear his name without even directly asking me. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous.
That just further proves his lack of remorse. Like, a person that really has this issue would be like begging.
Wouldn't care about the shit he's asking for too. Yeah. Wouldn't care.
Taking advantage of how compassionate Swag is in this case, or just in general, because like he knows how genuine of a friend Swag can be, or an asset rather, and the fact that he's utilizing that towards his advantage is quite malevolent, to say the least.
It's the same shit Keemstar was saying when they were calling him out for it. They're like, bro, why are you focused on money? Why are you focused on your reputation or all this other irrelevant bullshit? You need help. You need to go fix yourself.
You're made already.
Yeah, like he's made. And I would also say that the people that try to use a defense for Seth is like, oh, he has mental issues. Well, he knows right from wrong. Yes. But what he's doing is he's disregarding his malicious actions to further feed his narcissistic tendencies. Exactly. That's what he's doing. He's like, I care more about myself and the things I've done wrong, even though I know I need help. I don't care.
He's not some Zaz shit or extremely mentally ill to where, like, no matter what, like, he needs somebody to restrain him or fucking, or some crazy shit. So that's not an excuse, guys.
Yeah, that way of rationalizing your actions is definitely counterproductive.
Exactly. Extremely counterproductive. Yeah, I definitely agree. And he definitely needs to acknowledge and accept his reality. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, it's that fucking simple, And then the last thing Swag has, I didn't want to make this public, but since he made it clear he is working on a response, which that is also like, bro, like, why are you wasting your time doing this? But okay, is willing to use me and others to try to escape accountability. I should get ahead of this in case he tries to lie about me. I'll probably give more detailed thoughts on my stream today, which is what we're going to be reacting to. And this is all connected and correlated. So, but with that being said, guys, it just, come on. You know what I mean? Like you can't continue to defend him, dude. Like, you just can't.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Swag has no reason to lie, to bullshit. Like, he literally even took the time to make sure he was okay and even called the fucking police, bro. Which I know he would have documentation of that, too. You know what I mean? Like, so I know he's not making this shit up. I know he has all the proof, etc., you name it. He probably even has all the conversations he had with Seth recorded just to be safe, to make sure he's protected, because that's the extreme they probably have to do now, to where if they are associating with Seth or even talking with him, they have to record whether if he knows or not. Otherwise, he's going to do some crazy shit,
Exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? Safe, like, right? it is what it is. But we're going to pull the stream up. We'll get a start on that. We'll only basically pay attention to the most relevant points. If it's anything kind of irrelevant or whatever, I'll try to get through that. Unless Jay, remembers something that was pretty interesting. But we're going to stick to mainly the topic, and we'll get it started from here. Do you guys have anything else to add before I go? Or
I just hope that Seth doesn't pathetically try to throw the others under the bus if he does drop a response video. I'm like, dude, you've done enough damage. Like, at least go out with some pride and apologize.
I swear
or
to
something.
God if he does that, bro.
Yeah,
I swear to God if he comes out with a video. My bad, Pimpin. I swear to God if he comes out with a video and with a type of video of like, oh, everybody has skeletons in their closet type shit, and really wants to be that petty and show all this and cause a whole fucking Days of Our Lives drama, and now everybody's getting on Six or Swag or Clyde. I swear to God, I'm gonna be so angry, and the reason why is because it's so fucking petty and it's so fucking selfish. Because if you empathetic, because if you think about it, not only does it affect all of them, okay, and yeah, sure, it may be able to help him with some vengeance, vendetta, or to make him look better, or whatever kind of bullshit, okay, but the problem is, it affects the anime community, it affects the Naruto community, it's a domino effect, it's more than just their fucking petty, or their lives, or their fucking reputations, you know what I mean, it's way more than that, and that's the fucking problem,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But go ahead, Pimpin. I really didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I agree wholeheartedly, man. I just wanted to say this real quick, like to the Seth supporters that may still exist. Seeing Swag, someone of this caliber and reputation and notoriety, has no motive to lie about these allegations or the things that Seth is doing in the first place. I know there's always like two sides to a coin, so to speak, but in reality, this is a double-headed coin right here. The truth is right in front of our eyes, and we have to just accept it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely.
Not only that, like people that fuck with Seth fucked with Swag first. You know what I mean? So like everybody fucks with Swag. You know what I mean? And that's how they more than likely got introduced to Seth. You know what I mean? And then two, once again, there's nothing on Swag, at least that we know of to this day. He's probably the most humble and most respectful Naruto YouTuber that I've known out of all. You know what I mean? Like the only one that kind of gives him a run for his money is Thunder God, in my opinion. He's also another great dude. You know what I mean? So like it's just come on, like think about it, guy. Like use your fucking brain. Like he wouldn't be doing this shit for no reason. It's completely out of character. Even his Twitter, like how he talks to everyone, his personality, you name it. Swag is not a bad person. You know what I mean? There may be certain tendencies that he can have that are, obviously debatable or whatever, etc. Like, like his whole concept of, abortion, etc. Blah, blah. But that's all the, the more, I don't know the word, but the more, that's not the relevant part. You know what I mean? Like,
that's more like morally ambiguous.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking for. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, you guys got to open your fucking eyes and realize who's actually the problem here. You know what I mean? There's so much evidence for it. And everybody, his own practically family or brothers in a sense, with Six and Swag, or even not betraying, because betray that's a word itself. They're not even betraying. They're doing the right thing because that's what you have. Like, what are they supposed to do? They can't just be like, oh, it's okay, Seth, we're still here with you, or we're gonna get through it. Like, they can't do that. It's done. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fucking do that. So
and they can't allow it to affect their lives any more than it needs to be.
And that too, it's not their fucking, it's not their problem. I mean, and that's not their burden. You know what I mean? Like that's not them being selfish either. That they didn't do all that shit. You know what I mean? Why? That's not fair at all for them to now have to fucking help Seth and make him live happily ever after. So
he's beyond saving it at this point. Sure.
But we're gonna get this video going. I already see some Dragon Ball Z shit, so I'm a little confused with that. But all right.
I love it.
If you guys ever have some side conversation or anything, that's perfectly fine too, especially if nothing's going on.
Right on.
Oh yeah,
dead air or anything. Swag's just like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, I know. I see all the late Kage comments and stream chat. I know they're all behind schedule. Sorry, I was trying.
He's always late, bro. He's Kakashi. Yeah. On God, he's Kakashi of YouTube.
I really don't want to.
You see Clyde in the chat.
So nonchalant with it.
I don't like taking this aspect of what's been going on public, but good to see everybody. I got some snacks, so sorry if you guys can hear me chewing. This
man's fucking eating.
My man's munching.
Hey, damn well that motherfucker got like that big ass rich refrigerator, like they have fucking fat wide one, and it's just stacked.
I dump them out of the bag and onto a plate, so you won't hear that, but you might hear me going like munch. And there's like Sprite opening.
Disclaimer.
Out of the way, but so I don't even know where to start with this, but I made a tweet about this, and one thing that I want to get out of the way, because some people were, expressing this sentiment or asking why I hadn't already done this. I have cut Seth off, and I actually did pretty much immediately after Klein uploaded his video, and I didn't really want to have any contact with him after this whole situation happened.
Yeah.
The reason I'm making this stream right now is because, so he told me one thing, and then I found out that he is up to something that seems at odds with what he said to me. He is currently working on a response video, based on what I've gathered, and I'm only doing this stream and like announcement thing to get everything out in the open, be as transparent as possible, because I'm worried that he's gonna lie about me, or like Clyde or whoever else was involved or whatever. So
here we go.
No
manipulation again.
So that right there would solidify the concern that Jay had and that I added on to, of that it's more than likely Seth's having the intentions to do, everybody has the skeletons in their closet type video, which once again, like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know what I mean? Like, but of course that's doesn't surprise me when it comes to somebody like Seth, you know.
Yeah, it's pathetic. This is a pathetic attempt to like bring everyone down with him.
Yeah, even if you try to get their quote-unquote skeletons out, it's going to look trivial compared to what you've been shown to, having yours.
And
buddy.
I guarantee
so,
you, it's not going to be nowhere near. I know it, bro. I feel it in my fucking chest, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So even if he does, try to paint some bullshit, whatever you name it, like, I already know it's not going to be nowhere near, and it's like, bro, at that point, it's like, yeah, he's clearly just trying to, just be a bitch and just make it seem like he's not the problem. Or the only problem, and to like kind of digress all the accountability into all the exposure that he's getting now. That's what he's trying to do if he does something like that.
Yeah, it's just pathetic. Like, come on, man.
Or like Clyde video thing. Like my last interaction with Seth was supposed to be on that Keemstar stream, and that was going to be the end of it. But on like, I think it was like the 6th or something, he uploaded this like I think. I heard that somebody said they were concerned about this a little bit in advance. I'm going to try to leave as many names out as possible, just, to, like, keep everything that, like, should
Seth
stay
the
private,
programmer.
But somebody,
I've been seeing that a lot. Very fitting.
This, but he just
or Seth the pedo.
Video where the first half was... I guess it was what his response video was supposed to be, and he was all like, yeah, I'm sorry, Clyde, this isn't about, like, coming after you, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, halfway through...
Like I said, Seth the programmer is so ironic now because he programmed a few of y'all.
Dour suicide.
For real.
And,
definitely
at
Clyde.
first I was like, okay, so...
Yeah, exactly.
I was kind of 50-50 about whether or not I should take this seriously because of, a lot of the allegations that have cropped up throughout the situation have had to do with, like, gaslighting and manipulation and stuff, right? And I was like, is Seth being serious or what? But then I found out from somebody that had been speaking pretty regularly with Seth that he had completely disappeared since the night that he uploaded that video. I also got...
Wait, he already
I
uploaded
got
a video?
to the video because Clyde was worried and he sent it.
Wait a minute.
There's no way.
Nah, I've checked his channel. I haven't seen anything new.
How about a
To be honest, I didn't even check the shit out.
I'm a little confused what he said then because... what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit would have been everywhere if he did.
Why is his YouTube? Oh, that's why I'm fucking over here. I'm just gonna do fucking channel. Jesus Christ. The fact that he doesn't even come up, that's when you know it's bad. I never had that issue. Oh yeah, he went from 920 to that. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a video. So yeah, I guess I heard him wrong or something.
Yeah.
Maybe talking about Clyde's.
Yeah, Clyde. Yeah.
He should do, but I got it a day late because he wanted to sit on it. No, it was sorry. No, it wasn't Clyde who sent me the video. It was Omar. My bad. Sorry.
Omar.
But,
Okay.
Omar sent me the video because he was like really worried. And he was like, yeah. So I mean, like. One thing I want to make clear, though, by the way, is, like, all of us were really concerned because, like, Clyde called the police and stuff because, like, Seth gave his, like, address and shit. He, like,
what the
his, like, full name and stuff in the unlisted video, right? And so Clyde called...
What the fuck?
Unlisted video? What
Yo!
the fuck, bro? Oh, hell no. That's extreme.
So this man... Okay, so he did have a video. He does have a video right now, but it's unlisted. So only
I guess only SWAT has it.
Wow, bro.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, you made it private.
Thank God you didn't make that public. Holy
Imagine
shit.
if it went public, though. Oh, my gosh, bro.
He
would have got docked, and who knows, bro.
Wait. But here's the question, because I don't know too much about... And I know all states are different, you name it, and whatnot, but, like, in countries, but, like, isn't that illegal, technically, to do something like that, or no? If you show
like what?
If you show everyone's information in like a YouTube video and you're a big YouTuber.
I think if it's your own, you should be safe, but it'd be very, very illogical to dox yourself on a video. I I think
because like if something bad happened, which 9 out of 10 times that's the reason why people do it. If something bad does happen, like you get either swatted or whatever you name it, or some crazy person goes to see you. You know what I mean? What's it called? Like if something bad happened, like would there be like criminal like accountability? I mean, like would that be like a court case or something?
I think if people did things to him because they knew his address, they probably wouldn't be held liable for the doxing part, but for the things they did to him, maybe they might be.
Yeah,
that's
the fact.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. It's just interesting to me.
Yeah, that's crazy though that he actually like
this other guy that I mentioned earlier.
But once again, that this goes to show you how fucking crazy he is. Like Clyde didn't do that to Seth. He didn't fucking show all his address and all that. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, he's going to an extreme that is that's absolutely like it's fucking childish. It's so pathetic and disgusting. It's pathetic and disgusting, dude. You know what I mean? Like he's a fucking bitch too. Like you gotta if you're that mad at someone, why don't you just go there yourself? You know where I know he knows where Clyde lives. You know where he's at probably. Like why don't you go fucking find Clyde and man the fuck up?
Yeah.
You know?
Like they really are that remorseful. Yeah, it's kind of sad, bro.
Seth called the police. And then when I got a hold of the video, I listened to it and I was like, oh shit. So I called the police. Like I listened to it at like 3 a.m. and I couldn't get in touch with the emergency line, right? And I was under the impression that the police had already been called for wellness checks. So I was like, okay, it should be good. But it started eating away at me in the morning when I heard. So I called the non-emergency line of the city that Seth lives in because I couldn't call 911 because it would like route me to my local police, and I had to wait for like 30 minutes because again it's like the non-emergency emergency line, and then I gave them the address, told them to do a wellness check, all that, and they were just like, okay. I didn't hear anything else about it. Nobody heard anything else about it for a while. And then I called again. Wow. So the first call that I placed was on the 8th. Then I called again on the 10th. I was like, but I didn't call the police. I called this like mental health branch of like it was this like indie organization that specialized in like
mental swag, man.
And suicide. And I was like actually really stressed because I didn't like Seth, but I didn't want him to like commit suicide, right? And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be real, like once again to show the other people that we're not just inhuman people or either. Like I'm gonna say this right now, I agree with Swag on that too. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. Like, that's the last thing I want for anybody to actually commit suicide. Because that would make all this shit really depressing. Then that would be really fucked, and that would be a very bad negative domino.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably the darkest way this could end. Would be that
exactly. That's the last thing I want. You know what I mean? So like etc. So absolutely, so I 100% agree with Swag.
Yeah,
you name it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to give your thoughts, how you feel with Seth, and how you're gonna treat him from there, but it's not okay at all. Because I know there's people doing this on the internet too. Because it's humans, they're fucking piece of shits. But for anybody that actually believes like, oh fuck Seth, like I don't give a fuck, he should just kill himself, he doesn't need to be or whatever. Like that's fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Yeah, that's too far.
The man needs help. Doesn't need to be like doing that to himself. You know what I mean? That's not the way. That's not the resolution.
Yeah, he needs to pay for his transgressions.
Like, that shit would fuck me up in a sense. I mean, like I don't even know Seth, but like at the end of the day, just hearing or knowing someone, you know what I mean, that did kill himself, and it's like, damn, like. Fuck,
that's extremely like severe.
Like Linkin Park, Chester. I don't know if you guys realize, but he released a song with him just recently for his anniversary. But like that shit was fucking hella depressing. You know what I mean? Like when I found out he died, So
yeah, I would say he does got to pay for his transgressions, but not that way. He needs to he needs help. Yeah, that's what he needs.
Be like. I didn't want this weighing on my conscience. I was just like, bro, like I gotta do something, So I like, and I mean, I would have reached out to him, but like, I was under the Six and I both saw his account had like this little exclamation point dot on it, and he also changed the picture to like Noble Six with a bullet through the visor from Halo Reach, I guess, to like make it clear that he was like.
Wait, what did he say? I didn't hear that. What did he say?
Like. I don't know what exactly he's talking about. It might be Discord, but he said that he changed his picture to like a guy from Halo like killing himself or some shit. That's kind of dark, bro.
Oh
my god!
I didn't know Halo. I didn't get the reference at all. Yeah,
he's like trying to make it clear that he's trying to off himself.
In the video that Clyde saw, that was like addressed to Clyde, he said another reason, by the way, that Omar got his
and that's another thing too, though, Jay. Like in pimping, you don't do that though. Like I don't get people that do shit like that. You know what I mean?
To me, it's like by doing that, you're trying to cause like stress in the people you're trying to manipulate.
And chaos.
Yeah, you're trying to make them panic and make you save face. That's what it seems like to me.
Like the man's
it's like an ultimatum.
He's so desperate for like some form of like love or forgiveness or positivity that he's willing to do that fucked up shit, you know, like
gamble his own life, to do that.
And it's like an indirect ultimatum, essentially. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Like either you care about me or I'm gonna do this to myself is essentially what he's put on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For some stuff directed at Omar, right? But the video is.
And one last thing, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, for everybody watching this video, whatever. Okay, like I'm dead ass. People do that, but when they do say that or do those actions, they actually end up killing themselves because 9 out of 10 times they don't get the response they want, or someone just thinks it as a joke, or they're bullshitting or whatever, and they actually do end up dying. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, if that was actually the case, Seth would not be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he wouldn't keep like making such an effort if he really was.
He wouldn't be advocating it over and over and over and then still be here. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Or he would at least already try to attempt and be in the hospital or something. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure somebody would be talking about that in a sense that something really bad is going on with Seth or whatever, and he's either recovering or he's in a mental place or etc. You know what I mean? It's not legit, you know?
Yeah, the fact that he's like opened this to being a possibility, suicide rather, like multiple times, it just creates this whole like boy cries wolf syndrome, and eventually like the more that you do it, the more it doesn't seem actually like possible. It's just something that or attributes towards your mental debilitations that we were like referring to earlier. So it's just a weird cycle of these weird behavioral patterns,
What it establishes his unreliability. It seems questionable, suspicious.
Absolutely.
Like it's not a genuine call out for help. It's more so just like Swag said, manipulation. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, and once again, guys, like it's in games, movies, real life, you fucking name it, it's heavily emphasized. But, especially for how much heat Seth is getting, because let's be real, he's getting a lot of heat for this now. You know what I mean? 9 out of 10 times, that is enough to make someone actually really go over that, especially if they do have mental health issues and, do have suicidal tendencies. Like, 9 out of 10 times, like, those have, like, they would immediately already off themselves by now because of how much hatred they got after all this shit went down. You know what I mean? And that hasn't even happened, which that's not a common thing either. Like, you can look at statistics, you name it. You know what I mean? For people that are bullied in school or athletes or celebrities or whatever you name it, and something crazy happens and they're exposed, 9 out of 10 times they off themselves. You know what I mean? Or something really crazy happens.
Yeah.
So,
and they typically don't display this behavior either.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
For Clyde and Omar. I want to say, sorry, I know I'm being scatterbrained. I'm just trying to cover everything here. The first half did seem genuinely a little bit apologetic. Like, he was kind of like, narcissistic and defensive on some things, but generally I was like, okay, fine, he's sorry, right?
The half-assed.
Yeah.
I don't even typical remember what I was talking about. I'll go back to, so like, regardless, we were all really worried. And so like I called the police, not the police, I called this like indie organization that specialized in mental health, and like it was basically like an independent suicide hotline. They got me in touch with the police, right, and like put me on a conference call and all that. And I didn't record the whole thing, but I recorded the tail end where I asked how the wellness check was going. And again, this happened on the 10th. And I found out that
Swag is documenting everything.
Carried out 4 different checks.
He's crossing his T's for
no
sure.
more games.
From me, one was from Clyde, one was from the person that Seth was talking.
Would you look at that? Noodles. Seth threatened suicide to try and manipulate his friends. I wonder where I've seen that before. Oh, wait, he did that to Omar, too. Okay.
True.
That's actually a good point. That's a good point.
Two before the video went live, and one was from somebody who has been closely in touch with Seth the entire time. And they said that they made contact with him every time on the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, and had no reason to believe that he needed any assistance or needed to be placed under any sort of like supervision or whatever. And I was just like, okay. And I was really mad, but I was just like, please do another one for me, I guess. And then I hung up.
4 wellness checks, wow.
I didn't expect to hear back from them because I didn't hear back from them on any of the other ones.
He's a compassionate guy.
I was really relieved, but I was mad because
very,
I was like,
very
okay, I guess
compassionate.
Seth just like lied. I mean, he hadn't spoken to me yet at this point. Oh, right.
And let's be real, like that kind of further supports the whole notion that it's definitely more likely a Seth bullshitting, because they're gonna take that shit seriously. You know what I mean? The police are getting involved, the mental hospital, you name it. So they're definitely gonna be sending people over to check on him. They're gonna be trying to get in contact with him, calling his phone, you name it. And if anything, if he doesn't even answer the door, they'll break your fucking door down, because obviously they're gonna try to make sure you don't kill yourself. You know what I mean? So like. Yeah, go ahead.
If they have reasonable suspicion, they'll go to further measures to ensure that you're like mentally well. And the fact that it did it multiple times, and these are unbiased professional third parties checking on his well-being. If they saw it multiple times and they're like, yeah, he's fine, then that also further supports the premise that it's a false alarm. That he's just playing.
And they definitely investigated, because mind you, Swag and all of them have all the evidence, and they gave it to them and told them what he said and have recordings. So they probably listened and looked at all that. They got really worried, went to see him. He immediately opens the door and he's like, "Oh, I'm good, whatever, blah blah," and then that's it. And then they let it go, you know. So and they probably just told him like, "Hey, like, well, stop doing all this shit. Like, that's not, you know, okay, and not normal, you know." And that's it. And they just let it be, you know, because they can't force him to go to a fucking mental hospital either, and you can't arrest him for that either. So you know what I mean,
the thing is though, like if he keeps doing it multiple times, like Jay said, like, it's going to be like more than not considered like, you know, not actually going to be a threat. But the fact is, they have to take it seriously no matter what. It's like protocol. So
it's protocol.
They can get sued if they don't.
Honestly, in my opinion, they should detain his ass and fucking take him to a looney bin to like really like administer rehabilitation. Like I'm just saying, like.
Yeah,
no one wants that to actually happen or
like
manifest.
The fact that they can't do it with the amount of evidence that they had and gave to them, because Swag literally just said it, and that's common sense. Like that's ridiculous that they did. It's like, oh well, all right, let's leave now. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah, I would say, like, I'm sure. I mean, I hope there's some protocol that allows them to detain someone if this is a common occurrence, or like they're going out multiple times over and over and over.
Or maybe they did do shit with him. Maybe they did do shit, but Seth and all of them don't know anything about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe he is at a mental hospital right now, or whatever, or something's going on that we just don't know about yet. That's also a possibility. I'll put that out there for the benefit of the doubt for Seth. But like for just to not hear anything, and let's be real, like I know a lot of things from experiences with certain friends that I've known of, or family, etc. And 9 out of 10 times, if you're getting sent to a mental hospital, or if you're getting arrested or sent somewhere, whatever, they can put like their emergency contacts, or they'll try to get in touch with people that know them as well. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume he would probably reach out to like Clyde or Seth or whatever to, you know, to with the whole thing and be like, hey, I'm at a mental hospital now, and this and this. And the fact that none of that's happened, or any other, you know, thing for them to realize what's going on, because I'm pretty sure they would be the first ones to know something that's going on somehow, some ways, but probably even Clyde too. Like, you know what I mean? That's just, you know, so like, I don't know, man. I don't think anything happened though. I really don't.
It's very questionable, yeah.
You don't want to like keep utilizing like your precious resources and like send out an ambulance or a fucking policeman or even a fire truck every time this call comes through. That can be better utilized for something else that is actually a threat in society occurring at that time. So
it's just a waste of resources. It's very selfish.
But I guarantee you they probably did give him like a final warning though, because Swag said it happened multiple times. So if it's happening multiple times, there's no way you're gonna tell me they're not getting like really pissed and annoyed now. They're like, bro, like you do this one more time, where you like you're getting Baker acted. Because that's the thing too. Though. That like in the United States, bare minimum, you can be forced and be brought to a mental asylum, and aka the word Baker acted, if there are enough evidence to show that like they gotta go. I mean, we can't trust them enough to be on their own. You know what I mean? That is the thing. I've seen it and heard it with my own eyes. So, you know, for them to not do that, let's say if that is the case, which I feel like is further supported with all the evidence that we have so far, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you they gave him a warning though, and that's probably why it has not happened again. Or he's not doing it anymore, because if he keeps on, he will be dealt with. You know?
They'll definitely warn him if it's like it's just too many times, numerous like over the limit type of consistent checking, they're gonna be like, dude, what the hell's going on here, man? Like, why are we here every other day?
Yeah,
it's too much, man.
No, fuck that. That's stupid, you know. So
very selfish of him to do that.
It's just sad. It's pathetic. You know what I mean?
It is sad,
and then let's be real. I'm gonna be a little bit more real too. The amount of lives that probably died because of them taking their fucking time to go see him instead of the people that actually needed fucking help at that moment.
I'm saying, brother.
Putting in perspective, he's literally just causing legitimate emergency services to tend to him just to build sympathy in like Swag and Clyde. That's pretty pathetic.
It's fucking sad. It's a really extreme victim measure to go to, in my opinion.
That's really far.
Multiple times as well.
It's too much.
Dead? I mean, like his account seems inactive, and everybody that I spoke to said they hadn't heard from him in a while, right? So fast forward 2 days. One of my friends who I told to send a friend request to the account to make sure that it was like still intact, randomly got his request accepted, and Seth started talking like, hey, what do you need? And he wasn't expecting like to get a response. He was just like, oh, my friend, it's Swag, you know, he told me to check up on you. And then basically it got to Seth asking questions about me and him being like, I don't know. He was like, yeah, does Swag like still really hate me? And this is where like some of the like behavior that pissed me off
red flags
come from. He was like,
red flags,
a lot of my behavior was like a result of trauma and like mental illness and stuff. It's just like, it's one thing to put that as like, you know, like a silver lining in an apology or whatever, you know, like, oh yeah, it was something that I wasn't aware of. It was based on this issue that I didn't know I had, but now that I'm aware of it, I can work through it. But he was just kind of using it as like a get out of jail free card, like hand waving away all of the stuff that he had done, right? But so my friend didn't know how to answer, so I was like, just tell Seth to add me, I guess. And I started talking to him, and like he immediately, I mean, at first it was just pleasant, but then like he immediately like pressed me out over the thing that I said on the Keem stream where he tried to say that I was a liar. I don't know how many of you guys listened to it, but it was when I said that the explanation that he was giving to Pat God and Keem about him talking to the underage girl wasn't the same explanation he gave me. When I first heard about this, he told me that the person in the screenshots wasn't him, and he was like, yeah, you were lying because... So the reason for the confusion is because he did this stream where he had this like Discord stage, and he went over a bunch of the allegations from the same doc that Pac and Keem got their hands on. And there were a bunch of people on the stage and a bunch of people not on the stage. Now, I wasn't there for the majority of the stream, but I joined the Discord call for like 5 minutes to listen. I told Seth, hey, throw me up on the Discord stage there. He didn't respond. The only reason I really wanted to be involved was just because, you know, I was like, I kind of want attention, you know, something exciting is going on. Like, let me get involved, but then I left, right? And I was trying to tell him that on the Keem stream. I was just like, because at first I didn't remember everything that had happened, and I was going through the whole video, right? And I was just like, yeah, I don't see myself. You keep saying I'm in this video, but I don't see it. Then I heard from some other people that he talked to them about it a little bit more. He also showed some like screenshots from our conversation in the video that he sent to Clyde, and I was like, oh yeah, now I remember this. I was there for a little bit and then disappeared. Our DMs from that point in time like kind of prove it, because he didn't see, but then at the end of the stream he responded to me and he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. And I didn't get back to him until like 11 p.m. because I was off Discord like by the time the stream ended, right? I was going to hang out with like
okay, so that was legit though. That was being talked about in the Keemstars. The Swag was there, okay, in the video.
Yeah, Seth was right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And or something, whatever. And so now the reason this is relevant is because we started talking, and the reason we started talking was because I was concerned about his well-being, because he was talking about committing suicide, and he made it clear to me from the beginning in that conversation that he was talking about committing suicide, and then he started using this really weird, like, manipulative language, like, you know, but at least you guys won't have to worry about me anymore because I'll be gone, so, you know, that's good. You got off scot-free, huh, Swag? And I was just like, what do you think this is? Okay, like, Seth, I feel like this goes without saying, but, like, I don't want you dead. And
so,
that's not how I...
You say, I'm going to kill myself, but, like, man, you got off scot-free. So, meaning he's implying that Swag also has skeletons in his closet. And, like, once again, I'm going to be real with you. I don't fucking believe that. I call bullshit on that. You know
It's cap. Yeah, it sounds like he's like threatening. He's like indirectly threatening Swag with that. Like, oh
yeah, like he's basically saying Swag? Like, yeah, he's like I'm gonna kill myself, but like, man, you got off scot. Like you're lucky. You know what I mean? Like you're lucky. Like if I was willing to fuck you or whatever, blah blah. But whatever, I'm just gonna kill myself. Like get the fuck out of here, dude. You know?
Yeah, it's almost like a double threat. He's threatening suicide, but also threatening to apparently like expose him. So he's like double threatening him in one sentence. I'm like, bro, that's
anything he can do to like play a part.
But once again, the motherfucker really thinks that will help his relationship with Swag or anyone else.
Yeah, Swag's not gonna want to help him
like after hearing that, like, bro, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, Swag's sick and tired.
And once again, guys, let's be real. I know Swag is being smart now and documenting everything. So I guarantee you either had screenshots or recordings if they were talking to voice chat or something. You know?
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
If he really had to like, you know, like defend himself, like let's say some bullshit does happen with Seth, I mean, I know he has ammo. I know he has shit to defend himself, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. So, at this point especially.
Yeah.
Can't say for the past, but at least starting now and going on, I know he does.
What I said.
Yeah, all these guys probably do.
On the Keem stream is genuinely what I remember happening. And he was just like, you know, what you did was wrong, or like, I'll remind you, I have a recording. He never sent me the recording, by the way. Maybe he does have it. Maybe he has something that contradicts what I said. I don't know. I could just be remembering it very, very incorrectly. But I'm like, as of right now, I'm very sure because, you know, Troy said the same thing when I was in call with Six and Troy. It was like Troy brought it up. And I was like, yeah, like all my neurons started firing. I was like, I remembered the exact same shit. Seth being like, that wasn't me. Maybe it was a different situation. Maybe the same dot got brought up multiple times. I don't know. But the point is, he was trying to get me on this. And like, it was just like, I was just like, so what's like your goal here, right? And by this point, I had spoken to some other people who had spoken to him. And they started to get the impression that he was expressing remorse, and he was just like, yeah, I want to be able to patch this up, and I want to be able to talk with Clyde and stuff, but he would like sprinkle in little bits of like, I shouldn't say sprinkle in, no, his primary fixation was like, my reputation's fucked, how do I fix it? I don't know what to do, this is fucked up, I want to be able to come back from these allegations.
Fucking
and before any of this suicide shit
trying
started,
to save face.
I'm not gonna name them. I don't know if
it's
they
over.
want this to be
damage is done, buddy.
They told me this.
Bro, he's beyond
but
that.
Seth went to a very prominent.
It's not a fucking
YouTuber
debate that you can wiggle
really
yourself out of.
Super well. You guys probably know of this person. I'm not gonna say who they are. They weren't really directly involved with the situation, and he was just like,
all that remorse is just a bullshit cover up. He's actually still pissed.
And the person was just like, "What are you talking about?" Seth was like, "There's no coming back from this. Vouching for you won't do anything." That type of thing, right? So like,
it won't. Very early, it won't. It just give them more of a bad rep. You know what I mean? And that's not worth the risk, and that's not their burden. You know?
Yeah. Why would he go to a bigger name that has nothing to do with it? They're not gonna try to help his like incriminated ass in no way. That's stupid.
We ain't no fucking. We ain't no lawyer show. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Definitely pathetic. Pathetic attempt.
His primary concern wasn't, I need to become a better person. I need to.
I'll bear it back. Keep listening from me, guys.
People again. His primary concern was, I need to fight these allegations, make these allegations seem not credible, get people on my side so that I have a fighting chance to restore my image and career. And it became more and more apparent the more people talked to him. Okay, and so at first when he uploaded that video, it was like him saying, yeah, I need to talk to you, Clyde, because I just want to patch things up. And I thought Clyde was being really, really, really paranoid when he said this to me. But what Clyde said was that he thinks that is a gaslighting tactic, or he thought, I should say, because, you know, past tense, that was a gaslighting tactic on Seth's part to try and get them to call so that Seth could like clip Clyde or press Clyde on something that he didn't remember properly, get him to like slip up or say something or whatever that would make Seth look good, put it in a response video. And I was just like, I don't know, that seems like really out there and weird, Clyde. But as I started to talk to more people, because, and here's the thing, we weren't talking, like, I wasn't talking to these people for the express purpose of like shitting on Seth or like fighting back against him or keep like. I was concerned that this guy was going to die. I was really worried about his like physical and mental well-being. I was like, look, this is a lot to go through. Like we were all like, we want to see what we can do to help him. And as I started like talking to these people more and more, I heard more things that he said to them that kind of sounded like, wait, okay, so he might actually only want to talk to Clyde for like Clyde might have been right. And so
there's a good chance.
Then as I start, speaking to Seth, we go
back and forth,
and like I let him know, I'm like, dude, like I don't want you to kill yourself, but like I don't even know why you want to talk to me. And this is what I told him, right? I told him like, so I'm not sure why you. Let me actually back up for a second, because the reason I said this to him was because despite what he told my friend, which was that he was like, oh, does Swag really hate me? I hope he knows that all that behavior was trauma based, right? Like he really cared about my opinion of him. He came to me, he was like, the only reason I added you was because you seemed concerned about what was going on, right? Like he was like putting himself above me or something like that. Like, oh, I don't really care.
Bro?
I don't need to talk to
the nerve.
That's a lot of nerve.
Okay, well, that's
delusional
nerve. My
nerve.
friend.
Yeah,
he like flipped out.
Extremely
on me.
delusional.
Like, villainization shit. Swag. What do you mean? Are you
The
saying
fuck is that,
lying?
bro?
Like, I was like, that's
This man's ego, bro.
It's
This
just that it's like
incredulous thing for him seems like.
because like these two.
It's very bizarre. Like as soon as he knows that Swag isn't gonna help him, he's like, "Yeah, I only added you because I wanted to save myself." Like, bro, it's a lot of nerve.
My fault, guys. My fault. What I missed.
He was just talking about how Clyde basically told him like the only reason that Seth wants to talk to Clyde is to kind of get a gotcha moment and get him to slip up or like say something that will make him look good. But
my god, that's why he wants to speak with him.
Yeah, it makes sense now. Yeah. I wouldn't
fucking shot, man. You would think he would be like, once again, have some human decency and be like, hey, Clyde, I fucked up. I'm sorry. You probably don't believe me, don't care, whatever. But I just want you to know, like, I'm going to try to be a better person from now on and do my thing. I'm going to leave you alone and respect what you want. You know what I mean? I'm going to respect you and not continue to be obsessive or abusive, etc., etc. You know what I mean? And that's basically it. And you have a good day. You do you, and that's it.
It's funny it's funny that this kind of parallels like Death Note, like Light Yagami. Light Yagami was so intelligent and so like intellectually superior to everybody, but what brought him down in the anime was his own narcissism. It caused him to miscalculate.
Yep.
That's why he was defeated at the end. It's the same thing with Seth in the real world.
Yeah.
He's intelligent. He's legitimately intelligent, but his own narcissism is causing him to miscalculate. Like
too much greed and ego. Just feel that. Yeah.
The best course of action, even if he does lack remorse, if we were in his shoes, would to just disappear, create a response video that seems as remorseful as possible, and go from there. That would be his best move, but he miscalculates because of his own ego, his own narcissism, causing him to.
And he keeps making the situation worse too as time progresses as well.
He's just digging himself a hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll tell you what, because all he's doing is digging his grave and making the damage worse and worse and worse, and et cetera, and making more evidence upon him to be judged and grilled and you name it. And as crazy and sad as it's going to sound, but the rate he's going, you know what I mean? He's just going to make it so worse to the point where he might actually end up doing something in the end. And that's the sad reality. And that's the problem, guys. It's not about the morality of like, oh, who's actually in the right or this or what or how, whatever, all this other, all the small or whatever dumb, you know what I mean? The semantics or whatever.
Yeah.
The most important thing is the last thing we need is for the damage and for all this shit to get more explosive and more crazy to the point where either Seth snaps and does something he's going to regret, or he actually ends up killing himself,
Yeah, the reality is he needs to realize that there's no saving himself, and that most of us look at him as a pedophile little pussy, and that he needs to change his priority list from saving my image to saving my own health. That's what he should prioritize now. Like, we all look at him as a little bitch and borderline pedophile now. He's not going to be able to fix that.
It's not a game. It's not a fucking game, Like, he needs to get his shit together.
Yeah, that's
what I just feel bad for Swag and all that because, like, you can't throw around the possibility of suicide lightly at all. Like, you say it to somebody, especially if it's a friend who actually cares about you to some degree whatsoever, they're going to, like, do what it takes to make sure that your well-being is in check at the very least. Yeah. But the fact that he's willing to do this on several occasions just really like demonstrates how desperate and what he's willing to do to like possibly salvage any, pieces of his reputation maybe left on the floor. But at this point, it's just getting exposed, and this domino effect is really taking place.
He's being an egotistical rat little bitch. That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, it's very cowardice tactics that he's utilizing. It's pathetic. Really, really pathetic.
It's really, really bad.
From Clyde and all these other people and how you talk to me on the Keem stream, I'm under the impression that, like, you don't like me. You've always hated me. Like, since we've known each other, you've hated me. Multiple people have told me this. Tons of people have told me that Seth has always hated me, like from like Clyde to Noodles to Parrot to even people who don't even have any ball or like horse in this race. Sorry, like people from Seth's server who I've spoken to in the past have said stuff like, "Yeah, Seth always hated you, right?" And I was just like, "Why would my opinion matter to you? Like, why do you even want to talk to me? Like, I was saying this from like a place of like, what can I do to help you? Because like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to make you feel better, because I think that you're just going to think that I'm stupid or that I don't know what I'm talking about, or just like dismiss it as like, yeah, Swag's just like childish and dumb and naive and blah, blah, blah. Right. And then he like, fuck, it made me so mad. It was like this like manipulative, like, fuck, you're so stupid, bro. You know, you matter to me so much, or like type of shit. Right. And it was just like, look, God, man, like I literally couldn't help all of that negative stuff that I said about you. And I was just like, look, Seth, like you were expecting me to like.
Like almost aggravating,
That is utter bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so pathetic.
Utter bullshit.
Bro, you're gonna tell me you couldn't help her for 4 fucking years, you fucking loser. Shut your stupid ass up.
No, he had his clear intentions. He had his agenda. You name it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, this isn't impulsive. This is consistent. So get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Like, make a huge leap of faith for you when, like, why would I do that? Why would I believe that you were telling the truth and that you, like, And so, eventually, the conversation progressed a little bit, and I didn't really look at any of my Discord messages or whatever on, I think it would have been the 13th, the day before yesterday. Yeah, I was just kind of like really exhausted and tired, and like I just needed a break, and I wanted to hang out with Alyssa because like I had spent the beginning, or I guess like it was like a period of like 5 days before, like really, really worried that, somebody I knew was like gonna commit suicide, and that like I was like, oh man, I'm gonna feel partially responsible for it. And he was alive, and I was just like, okay, I need like a minute, I'm just gonna hang out. Like, I wasn't trying to ghost him or whatever. I also didn't know that he messaged me. So then it was like yesterday where we kind of started talking, and it was off and on because it was Valentine's Day and I was trying to spend it with Alyssa. But towards the end of the day, 2 things happened. First of all, this guy who was the guy that I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, the guy who was talking to Seth, he hit up Clyde, and then Clyde told me that Seth basically went full mask off when they called.
What the fuck?
And this guy had been recording these calls not to like necessarily like expose Seth or whatever, but because it was like a mental health crisis thing, and he figured. So what the police told me, and what I believe they told him, is, if there's another situation like this, call us again, right? Like at the end of our calls. That's basically what they said. And the only way that he was able to prove, or I think that Clyde was able to prove that anything was wrong in the first place, was by sending them the unlisted video. And
oh shit.
So this guy had like this recording, and he sent it to Clyde to tell him to listen to it. And Seth is basically like just admitting in it that the only reason, because bro, he had been begging people. He told other people. There's another person, again, I'm not going to name names. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus here. There was another person who came to me, who came to the guy that had been talking to Seth, and like the first guy who called the police for his well-being. This person that's been very close to Seth came to multiple different people and was like, look, can you please get Seth to talk to Clyde? And Clyde obviously didn't want to talk to Seth, and they were really, really pushy. And in this recording, Seth said, he basically confirmed that the only reason he wanted to talk to Clyde was for what Clyde was worried about in the first place, which was like, getting him in a call, getting Clyde to, say something at odds with something he said in the past, or getting Clyde to like, maybe like asking him a weird loaded question or like cutting up the clip. Basically, he was just like,
typical.
I need.
Yeah. It's bait tactics. That's what he's doing. Manipulation and bait.
He's trying to bait him.
You know, he's being a little fucking rat bitch. And you know, I'm telling you, dude, like this man's such
just so aggressive.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like YouTube, he's a bitch. I'm sorry. He's such a little bitch, man.
Been established. He's a fucking pussy ass bitch.
You know, I'm not a pedophile. He knows I'm not a pedophile. Which, by the way,
pathetic.
Clyde's not even really the root of all of the pedophile allegations. There was a little bit of that in the video, but most of that stuff came from Pac and Keem reading the doc on their stream, right? So, he was just like, yeah, I just need Clyde to vouch for me. And I asked the guy who recorded the clip. He said it's cool for me to play it, but it's like very, very, very blatant. Okay? And then later on that night, he started telling me, hey, Swag, are you free to call? You know, I'm just really like depressed right now or whatever. Like, you know, I need to call so that we can talk some things out. And I was like, okay, so by this point, I was starting to take what Clyde said a little bit more seriously, and I was just like, well, what do you want to call about? He was just like, nah, it's like, we should just call. And I was like, is it, like, complicated or what? And he was just like, yeah, a little bit. There's multiple different routes that we can take.
Yeah. That's a red flag. Red flag. No.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Doesn't want to text it out. Yeah.
He's not even subtle about it.
He clearly has negative intentions. That's literally a red flag. Yeah. And if you can't fucking be a grown-ass man and make it simple, which is very easy to do this, there's no excuse. It's very simple to say why you want to talk, and that's it. Simple. So at least Swag, respectfully and professionally, has understanding of what he's want to talk about. And if he agrees to do that, great. They do whatever. And if the subject tries to change or Seth it or whatever, then he can just leave, and there you go. Fair game, right? But the fact he's not saying anything, beating around the bush and bullshitting, whatever, no. Fuck that, man. No, I would just block him at that point.
Yeah, for real, bro. No time for those games. Absolutely.
Trying to bait him now. Yeah, definitely.
And so...
Because he probably doesn't have anything on them, bro. You know, like...
Compared to what he has?
I'm telling you, man. Imagine he doesn't have anything, so he's trying to get them to do something, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely what he's trying to do.
Say something like, I'm telling you, bro.
I found out that in that recording, Seth just randomly said, yeah, maybe I can just get somebody to vouch for me on my response video, like Swag or something. He never, ever mentioned me, like, going on. Oh, my bad. I just saw somebody. I haven't been looking at chat much. I just saw somebody say for me to stop eating. Okay, my bad. But, I had never given him any sign that I wanted to, like,
I can't hear him either.
Rehabilitation or comeback video or whatever.
Fucking being an asshole.
And he also didn't tell me that was what his plan was. So I think that he was going to try to get me in a call and be really slimy about it. And I brought this up to him. I was just like, because he was just trying to be all nice and be like, yeah, you know, I see you as a friend. And I was like, so do you actually see me as like a friend or a tool? Because I get the feeling that this is about some like rehabilitation shit and you want me to vouch for you, and like I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. Like earlier, you know, a few days ago, and I said that, like, I don't actually think you know, care about my opinion of you. This is what I had in mind. And he was just like, what do you mean, like, use you for like survival, bro? Like, you know, like, I mean, yeah, I want like my career back and I don't want to die and blah blah. And so basically,
he admitted it. He admitted it.
He was giving me an ultimatum of like, yeah, Swag, if you don't call me, I'm gonna kill myself. And he said, basically, like, he was just like, yeah, you know, Clyde just has to vouch that I'm not a pedophile, and then it's all good. You know, I get to live. I go get help. Clyde never.
What a fucking sad creature. He's literally trying to get. He's begging Swag to vouch for him, to think that's gonna help, which it won't, by the way. But he's begging Swag to vouch, whatever, or act like none of this ever happened and live happily ever after. Okay, and then Swag's like, no, fuck that, no, and he has every right to feel however he wants to do and do what he wants to do. Once again, it's not their fucking burden, okay?
Yep.
And two, most importantly, then, because he's not getting anywhere, last resort, like he does in the Keemstar stream, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm suicide, you know, it's like, bro, it's so fucking pathetic. He's predictable.
Such a rat.
For a smart fucking guy that I've heard so much about, this is the most predictable person I've ever heard in my life. You know?
Yeah, once you're backed up against the corner, all that shit goes out the window, especially when you're a narcissist, for sure.
Yeah, it all comes out then and there.
Came together, and I was just like, okay, yeah. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Seth has been lying to all of us, ghosting people, you know, constructing this like whole fucking like theater shit, using suicide as a weapon to try to get some of us, even if we didn't know, to help him like beat or deflect these allegations. And I was just like, so I told him, I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I was just like, look, bro, it looks like you're trying to take advantage of me. This is weird. And then I blocked him. And because he's currently in the process of making a response video, I figured I should probably go ahead, get ahead of that response video and put all of this out there so that everybody knows that the dude is like a complete, like, dude, he is psychotic. He's like completely
crazy,
gone off the deep end. You cannot take anything he says seriously. He will do or say anything to get what he wants, and it seems like he's so
becoming the fucking Joker in a way, bro. But the dumb version, the crazy dumb version, you know, not even the smart version.
Yeah, it's just maniacal. Yeah, for sure.
He's crumbling.
He refuses to come to terms with the fact that there's consequences for all this shit that he did, right? Like, and like, I don't even know like what he expects to happen from the situation. Like, you know, like, okay, so say Clyde does get out there and just like say, yeah, Seth's not a pedophile. It's like, well, but you still like, he still. Sorry, just hit my mic. My bad. A little bit too, like, fucking razzled up right now, right? But like, Seth admitted on Keem's stream to soliciting or attempting to solicit like nudes from a 16-year-old girl, right? Even if it was a joke, it doesn't matter. It's still an act of pedophilia, right? I think everybody in the chat agrees with that. And he's so concerned about all he's been talking about in all of these conversations. This isn't like, how do I make myself a better person? How do I?
That's what he confuses. Like, for someone that's claiming to be so smart, which blows my mind, it's like he confuses the two concept of, we're not saying your intentions of you is to be a pedophile. What we're saying is the crime that you did, what you actually said and did, is pedophile activity. Like, he's not understanding those two differences. They're key differences. I mean, with the whole, whether if it was his intention or not, that is, unfortunately, the subjective part, and you name it, etc. And we can only just kind of interpret and go from there possibility-wise, which, let's be real, it still looks really bad, you know, possibility as well. So even that would, you know, deem him guilty from everything we know and have seen. But regardless of that, let's say, once again, be unbiased, give him the benefit of the doubt, etc. Bare minimum, he can't defend what he said and did. That is an act of pedophile activity. You cannot fucking defend it.
Yeah, it's actually
that's like me killing somebody, okay, and then saying, oh, my intention wasn't to kill them. You know what I mean? But I fucking killed somebody. You know, like, I murdered somebody. You know, it is what it is.
He's definitely committing the act of pedophilic activity. And I would even say his whole bullshit joke excuse is questionable because he shows this activity several times with different underage individuals. So it's questionable whether it's even a joke.
And the two that was heavily documented was the the boy and the girl that were teens.
Yeah, and that just establishes a baseline of consistent activity that's pedophilic in nature. So that bullshit, like, oh, it's all a joke. I'm like, really? You consistently do these kind of things, but it's a joke. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to like disclaim these allegations in the first place because it's like, literally it's being shown.
If you're caught on camera, bro, accept your L. If you got caught on camera that you were stealing, there's no way to be like, oh, that wasn't my intention. Oh, I was gonna put it back, or I was gonna do this, or I only walked up to the doors, but I was just gonna, you know, change my mind and return. No, bro, no, it doesn't fucking work like that. You do that. You go to a store and you try to steal something, and you start heading to the fucking doors. You best believe you're going to be treated as you're going to fucking steal the item and be a thief. And then probably arrested and convicted of that charge. It doesn't matter if you, like, went fully through with the act. You still fucking did it and was leading up. And so, yeah, everybody's going to think, guess what, that you're a thief.
It's pathetic because when you do analyze the text and the screenshots, there's no way, it's almost impossible to categorize those texts as jokes. Like, he's asking...
That's why
he's like... I can follow you out. I'm like, how do you joke about that?
Jay, these Discord teens apparently are smart enough to fabricate and fake fucking Discord shit.
Oh, geez, documents and shit, yeah.
Bro.
That's a pathetic excuse.
It's like he thinks these shitty rationalizations of saying it was a joke is really going to like like really changed our perspective of it not being sus. You know what I mean? Like universally accepted as bare minimal being sus behavior or sexual harassment.
At least admit it. At least be like, I get why. Say it, but he won't even do that. But at least say it, like, I understand why you guys would think I'm sus or this and that, blah blah. And I completely understand it. And you have every right to feel that way because it makes sense because of what's the evidence and blah blah. But I promise you that wasn't my intentions, etc. I apologize. It was an act of pedophilia, and I'm gonna move forward and embrace the consequences. That's what he should do, but he doesn't fucking do that.
You never takes accountability. Never.
He doesn't seem to have any remorse. It's like when he was
remorse.
He was just like, yeah, go ahead and say it, chat. Call me a sexual harasser. Go ahead, but I'm not a pedophile. He's like, that's all he really cares about is trying to prove like his perspective right, and has no remorse about what people are actually trying to get behind. You know what I mean? When they say it.
Literally no remorse.
And that's what bugs people, bro. Yeah, for sure.
It just proves like more malice.
He's a joke.
How do I make it up to these people? It's
he's a pussy.
How do I come back from this? How do I get my channel back to like its former glory, right? Like that's all he cares about, and it's just like, dude, he's a complete sociopath, right? Like, and I feel like I'm so mad because I was genuinely stressed the fuck out those like first few days where I was worried he was dead. I was like, bro, I had this like hole in my chest, like my heart had sunken into my stomach. I was like, man,
Hey, bro, I relate to that though. I've had friends or family, whatever you name it, that have pulled certain things like that were actually more legitimate and serious and etc. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna talk about my fucking life story, but I've been through that shit, and that sucks, bro. That's the worst thing to know. Getting a fucking message from a family member or friend that you're really super close or whatever, and they're like, oh, that's it, I can't do this anymore, that type of vibes, and then they're and you don't know because you can't get in touch and whatever. This like, bro, that's fucking heart wrenching. It's extremely.
I've been there, bro. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's very worrisome. Very worrisome.
If you've actually experienced that, it's just something you don't fuck around with at all, man. Like,
it's so really fucked up because
the gravitas behind that.
Regardless of them not liking Seth at this point or cutting tires or doing what they got to do now because it is what it is, and they got to do the right thing. Like, bro, that's fucked. You don't do that, bro.
Yeah,
that's a line you don't fucking cross.
Common sense, right? Or so we think.
And the people that actually mean it when they're doing that type of stuff, whatever, guess what happens? They get Baker-acted. They get brought to the hospital right after. They actually want help. They actually start going the right directions, and then they even apologize for that that scare. It's bullshit.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's very dark, very dark.
And like I feel like dumb for taking it seriously because like I said earlier in the stream, I had a very, very, very like quiet voice in the back of my head telling me, hey, look, this whole suicide thing is just a stunt. He's just trying to manipulate you and other people. And I was like, look, I can't take that chance. And so, I entertained everything that he was saying, and it's just like, fuck, bro. Let me see if I got this clip, just so you guys don't have to take my word for it, okay?
Oh, shit.
I would appreciate something, yeah.
Concrete proof now, let's go.
Tangible evidence, please.
Yeah.
Either that or Swag is going to have to come in and be like, yes, Seth knows what he's fucking talking about. Like, we collab, we do shit non-scripted. He's debated everyone.
That man sounds so fucking fine, dude.
Yeah, it does not sound
He sounds
depressed.
perfectly. He doesn't sound distressed. He doesn't sound like emotional. He doesn't sound like fucking depressed. That motherfucker sounds exactly the same, man.
Definitely horseshit.
Come on, like, bro. Guys, like, I've been there. I've had my own shit back then in the past, you name it. Okay, with me alone or my own shit back then, people would know something was up with me. You know what I mean? My personality's different, my tone of my voice, how I'm acting, me not really, I can go on and on and on. It's blatant as fucking day. For me hearing this recording right now and him talking, he sounds perfectly fucking fine.
Well, I mean, I like Batman. I would say, I think, like us three, we're perfectly sensible individuals. Like, we know ourselves and our emotions quite well by now.
Yeah.
With Seth, I think that's not the case at all. I think he's quite disassociated from his actual morality. When he does things, there's no remorse. So it's a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even sound remorseful either. Nothing.
He's definitely sociopathic to some degree.
Yeah, Literally, it's just like by definition, that's the type of behavior you would expect from someone who is sociopathic, for sure. Absolutely,
definitely displays that.
Just wild. I'm sorry, I had to put that out because that motherfucker sounds
I feel it, brother.
okay, bro.
Yeah.
But you know.
So there's an example of that, by the way. Which again, I never told him that I was cool with like doing like this. He was talking here. No, I'll play the whole thing. No, you know what? No, I don't have to. Just. He was talking about like having me go out and be like, yeah, Seth does.
Swag doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to provide us that reassurance. He has all of it. Why would he lie about that and then make himself look bad?
No reason to lie.
There's no reason to lie. That's stupid. He has it.
Exactly.
That enough is enough. Like, you think, sure, if you want to be completely, whatever, like, be like, oh, well, he's not showing himself. We can't really assume. I'm telling you right now, guys, and the more evidence and the more higher possibility, I know for damn sure he has all of it. You know what I mean? So I'm just shutting that down too.
Especially if Seth tries to go after him and it's Clyde, he has the ammo already.
Yeah,
so.
like it's just, come on, guys, use your head.
Plenty of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, plenty.
And if we're wrong, we're wrong. I'll be the first one to fucking admit it and be like, yeah, Swag, why were you lying and capping about that? But
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm telling you guys, I know that's not the case, man.
Yeah, empirically,
like, he doesn't make his own videos, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I've never seen him actually work on a solo video before. All I know is that my collab.
He said I've never seen him work on a video by himself.
Damn.
Jeez, man, this is pretty common.
Wait, that's a little weird because I'm not trying to out Six or anything, but didn't Six say like during our stream that Seth did his own shit at certain points? See what you name it. But now Swag is saying the opposite.
Like this. Yeah. The only thing that helps is editing, though. At the very bare minimum, though.
Editing
okay,
sure
so he probably means that then. Like they keep to never do it fully all on his own. Okay.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially editing.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
With him, we've done together. Sometimes I have other people edit those. He always has other people edit those, as far as I'm aware. But like, when Clyde was saying that like Seth hasn't written any of his scripts, or I don't know if that's exactly what Clyde said, but that Seth didn't write most of his scripts. As far as I'm aware, that's true. So
really,
anyway, the actual thing that I wanted to play for you guys.
At the very least, if Clyde really if Clyde really doesn't want to interact with me because it's very stressful, he thinks I'm gonna get mad at him or Kyoka him, and he's worried about my life.
See, he's cracking jokes too.
Yeah,
which
bro,
is in character, and what he does when he wants, which is what he's been doing whenever he's fine and normal. Like
he's like trying to like bring in and bleach terminology into a very serious situation.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm telling you guys, the context clues are there. You name it, etc. Like, there's nothing fucking wrong with him, bro. It's all a fucking act, dude.
I wouldn't be making a fucking anime joke.
Like, I know he has mental health issues. I'm not saying that is disingenuous, but this whole suicide shit, or
I doubt that part.
You name it, and except like he just listen to him in the recording, he sounds fine, bro.
Yeah, making an anime
and
joke.
You know he doesn't believe I'm a pedophile. Okay, everyone knows that. Just tell him to vouch for me on the pedophile thing. That's
all he cares about.
That's all I want. Right. And then I can live. I won't have to bother him. Right? It's completely honest because he doesn't believe I'm a pedophile.
Okay, I will admit this though. Now he's starting to sound like he's like starting to break up.
Little bit.
Like I've never heard his voice get like that. So
me either.
Well, he cares about his reputation like a lot, obviously.
That's true. He might cry for it.
I think that's the
you got a point,
or
get emotional for it.
his own image being.
I'm just saying it's a little interesting because I've never heard him sound like that though, ever.
Yeah.
So,
not true, by the way. But you guys get the point, right? Like, if Clyde cares about my life, if he wants me to live, like, dude. What the fuck,
bro?
What the
pathetic,
fuck?
Bro.
So pathetic.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, the Kyoka him thing, like he keeps like saying, "Look, I'm not Aizen. I'm not Aizen. I don't know why you guys think I'm Aizen."
Nah. I don't know if you guys ever saw the video I tagged you in. The Orochimaru thing. I don't know if you guys ever took the moment to watch that.
Yeah.
If you saw it then. So that's fucking the whole situation to a T. Okay.
Literally, yeah.
If we're gonna really fuck around and talk about anime, bro, this motherfucker's Orochimaru when he's having his moment when Hiruzen on the fucking rooftop, and the motherfucker starts laughing like a psychopath, and the Anbu and Hiruzen think he's a disgusting monster piece of shit, and they're grilling his shit for it. You know?
Yeah, literally, like, illuminates, like, depicts this symbolically, literally.
God, like, dead ass. And for anybody that saw my YouTube, because I already know I'm gonna get bothered about, like, it literally happens all the time. Yes, the video is down. It was only up for 2 days, but copyright bullshit, David. I'm trying to figure it out. I already have a strike for it. What's it called? It eventually digresses and eventually fixes itself, so just be patient. Don't bother me about it. Anyways.
And I try to do him. I'm just like, okay, man, sure, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And then he does this type of shit, bro. Like, there's so much more, too, that I can play, but I don't want to because I want to keep Seth's private life private, right? I really, bro.
God, I wish somebody would just say fuck it, though. I really do. Like, I'm sorry, but just to get all the transparency, man. I mean, cause that's what we need in this shit. We don't need any more fucking, you know, deception bullshit or this or let's be a little we need to put it all on the fucking table.
Yeah, it's not like he was,
you know.
Yeah,
and that's
it's not like he hit anything. So.
Yeah, it literally. You know what I mean? Like, I really do believe that, guys, because think about it. You know what I mean? Like, if they do that, then that's it. It's done. It's all out there, and now there's not gonna be any back and forth, or it's gonna keep going, or he said or she said, and this and. Like, I'm telling you in simple terms to make this shit just done with. In my opinion, I really do believe Swag or Six or whatever really should put all the fucking cards, from the deck on the table. I really do believe so. But that's just me.
Yeah.
If I was in their shoes, man. I would put it all. I would say it all. Just for transparency purposes. So I don't have to worry about anything, I said my part, defended, put all the evidence out there for everybody to know and judge, etc. That's it. Done.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, might as well.
Fuck that. I don't have the patience and I don't have the time for that.
Literally.
I would have kept this to myself and just bottled up this rage at being, like, lied to, used and manipulated forever. Till the end of time. I only would have told, like, my close friends and shit. If not for the fact that Seth made it clear that he's trying to work on a response video, and he's already established that he's willing to, like, use me, use Clyde, all these fucking people in order to make his response more credible. So, like, yeah, he's probably gonna lie about me and shit, bro. So I just wanted to get, like, wanted to let everybody know, bro, like, take whatever he says with a grain of salt, man. Like, the thing that I was so concerned about was
I just find it interesting that Swag still cares about what people may think Seth has to say, despite his reputation being sunk down like this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what? Like, I don't like. It's like, it's interesting in a way too. It's like, why are you worried about, bro? Like, why are you like even like, you shouldn't be sweating bullets. Like, instead of us hearing that, but I should be hearing, like, if I was in Swag shit, I'd be like, bro, that motherfucker got nothing on me. He can suck my dick, you know what I mean? Like, we all know he's the evil piece of shit, blah, blah. Like, I wish,
Yeah. To be transparent, if that was me, I'd be like, go ahead, motherfucker. I don't got shit.
Literally, like, I got nothing to lose, bro. Like, I know damn well you got nothing on me. You're a little rat bitch. You can be fucking... Yeah, I'm like... I'm sorry, but I would call it out for what it is.
I would be so dead ass. I'm like, Seth, we could talk live on stream. Fuck your shit out. It's live.
Yeah, we can try to
get some subscribers off it too,
Yeah. I'm like,
I'll be saying that. If I was Swag, I'll be like,
what you want to say to my face in front of the people. I'll slap your shit live, bitch.
No, literally, Jay, I'm like, Seth, I got it all on you, bro. I got it all on you, motherfucker. Join my stream right now. Let's do it right now, so I can embarrass and expose you more, you fucking filthy rat. On God.
You said that I'd be like, oh, so you said I got off scot-free, motherfucker. Yeah. What did I get scot-off-free with? Tell me, please, motherfucker.
Yeah. Go ahead and continue with that verbal concussion of yours, right?
Give me another verbal concussion, dumb motherfucker. Let's see what you have. I got plenty on you, dumb fuck. I would be that up for the challenge.
I remember him saying that shit, and when he said that, I literally had to pause the video and look and think for myself. Like, there's no way this motherfucker really thinks he's slamming everybody right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This man pouring a weeb or gill right now.
Yeah, if I was getting threatened like that, I'm like, give me the smoke live. Let's go live right now. Like,
so
I'm not
funny how similar we are, though, because
delusional nerds.
It's like that, and not only that, it would simplify it too. Like, it has its pros and its perks, and maybe a couple cons, whatever. I mean, some people may deem it as like you trying to enable it or be immature, whatever. But that's not the case, guys. What we're saying is it's actually more negative and more stressful in comparison to what Swag and how he's kind of approaching it, in our opinion, because Seth is over here trying to, paint this stress picture or worry and this and that, or that he has something or all the skeleton, whatever.
Yeah.
And Swag's getting like a little concerned about it. You can kind of hear it, in his voice. There's certain things he says, and it's like, bro, which we could be wrong, but
yeah,
I don't think we're not. But
I think Swag, like, compared to us, he just avoids conflict. Like me, if you're threatening me, I don't give a fuck about your privacy. Like, let's go at it live. I will fuck you up live, motherfucker.
Literally,
like, I'm not scared of your dumb
Yeah, I
ass.
was getting that vibe as well.
And I'm telling you, it goes a long way, guys, because then everything is out there. You know what I mean? There's nothing more to hide. There's no other bullshit. There's no nothing. And that's it. It's done. And then guess what? Because we all know that Swag is okay and innocent and fine, and you name it. That if that actually did happen, Seth would look even more like a fucking idiot and exposed, and just a W for Swag.
Yeah, because Swag obviously has the leverage as opposed to Seth. But as we saw in Keemstar's stream, when they were kind of going at it with one another, it was Seth who was constantly over talking Swag, and he couldn't get like a point in edgewise. You know what I mean? So if that were to happen again, it would probably just go out the same way. And Seth is like noodles, you know what I mean? They just they'll overtalk you and they do not give a fuck. Honestly,
and if that's the case, then it needs to be on Swag's thing to where he can either mute him for a moment so he can finally talk or play a recording, whatever. Yeah. And then there you go. But then knowing Seth, then he'll probably play the victim or get butthurt, but oh, there you go, abusing power or muting me. I'm just leaving. Fuck you, and some shit, But bottom line is, guys, it's better to go that route and to just end it than to keep entertaining the fact that there's this or whatever, because that's when it just becomes stressful. That's when it becomes annoying. That's when it starts, building up, and then you just have more fucking problems. You know what I mean? You're
like Jordan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like Jordan Peterson says, man. He says it perfectly. Conflict delayed is just conflict multiplied. You're just delaying it. You're building it up. You just get it over with. Face it.
Literally.
End it. Yeah.
Trust the demons to him, man. Just get it over with, bro.
You have a conflict with me. Let's settle it. Whatever. Let's see what happens.
No, that's it. I'm telling you. And this is a life lesson, guys. We're not just saying shit to be entertaining or whatever. We're being dead ass. This is a life lesson type of thing. Legitimately. If you want less stress, if you want less problems or whatever, you have to confront it. You can't be a bitch.
Exactly.
You can't just, keep beating around the bush or being too considerate or whatever. But no, you need to nip it in the ass. Take care of it, get it done with, because then it's done. And that's you don't have nothing to worry about, and you can finally breathe and not have anything on your shoulders,
Exactly.
Yeah, as he said before, bro, he definitely seems intellectually, allowed to do these things that any other sensible individual would do. But the fact that he's not, it just makes me question his mental capacity, or rather character in general. You know what I mean? So it's a very interesting, situation that we find ourselves in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn, someone said Seth's villain arc is 0 out of 10.
Yeah, it's...
That was a quick saga, bro.
And be first in the fucking truth. Oh my god. I was so... You have no idea. Again, I was relieved, but I was so mad when I got off the phone with that police officer. Another thing, by the way. Now, I don't know if this is true. This is only speculation, but... Here, let me finish these gushers real quick.
The Gushers.
The chewing? Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Gushers are fire, though, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, you got
they are.
It's been a minute.
Sorry, it's taking longer than I thought.
Bruh.
So, when Seth told me that he actually did attempt suicide, because he tried to tell me that to get me to take him more seriously, and it worked, admittedly, but he told me, first of all, that he'd gone to the psych ward. So the story that he gave me was that he attempted to commit suicide, called the cops so that they could come find his body, and the cops kind of talked him out of it and scared him. There were a bit of discrepancies between that story and what he told other people. He told other people that he had second thoughts in advance anyway, that the cops didn't really have anything to do with that. But he told me that the lady on the phone was she was scaring him, what if you get paralyzed, that type of thing. That's not a huge discrepancy, but it was just worth noting, right? So he tells me this, And then he tells me that the cops got him, restrained him, hauled him off to the psych ward, and that he was at the psych ward for 4 days. He told me this on the 12th, and 4 days before the 12th would have been the 8th. But as you guys know, I called his local police department. I know his full name, his address, all that shit. I'm not gonna dox him. Don't worry. But like, if it comes down to it, like, I do, like you know, like Seth would, like, at the very least, that is one thing that I know for a fact that Seth is not gonna fight me on. He'll just be like, yes, no, Swag does know my name. So, you know, I got the name, address, I gave it to them, and, you know, like I said, they told me that they checked on him on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I called them on the 8th, and then I called them again on the 10th, and they told me they checked on him on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So, I also called them on the 10th, and they said that those were the only calls that they got, which is really weird. So it's like, okay, there are a whole lot of things that are weird about this, right? Like, I'll get to the point first, and then I list the reasons why I think this. So what I think is possible, and I'm not saying that this is 100% true, right? Like, I want to take, like, the mental health shit seriously. I really don't want to be an asshole who's just like, yeah, you're probably just lying, because, you know, that's fucked up. But
yeah, absolutely.
I think that he did go to a psych ward because he showed a receipt that, you know, like, he'd actually been at, like, this mental hospital for a few days to somebody. But I think that he was self-admitted. He did not actually try to kill himself. He did not call the cops, and they did not haul him off there, because the police officer that I spoke to did not make any allusion to that. I called him on the 10th, which is after he would have been admitted. The receipt that he showed this person showed that he was admitted on the 9th, and he got discharged on the morning of the 12th. That's 3 days, right? It would be 4 days if he went through the entirety of the 12th, but he didn't. So that's another thing. He told me 4 days. The receipt he showed to somebody else implied 3 days. And anyway, the 9th is still before the 10th, which is when I called the police, and they told me that the last call they got about it was on the 8th, right? And they said that there was no reason to be concerned, and that they could do another wellness check for him on that day, that being the 10th. If the police had hauled him off to the goddamn psych ward, they, like, she wouldn't have told me that. Surely, right? She would have been like, yeah, you know, there was a final call on the 9th. I don't know if they would have told me that he placed himself or whatever, but they would have been like, yeah, you know, he's probably, like, in, you know, intensive mental health care, like whatever the fuck, right? Like, they wouldn't have just told me that he was fine. And here, let me see if I can find the recording. I didn't record the whole call because I didn't expect it to turn into this. Like, I made that call just, like, because I was, like, genuinely concerned from the bottom of my heart. So I don't have the part where she says, like, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, but I did say at the end, you know, like, so you guys made contact with him on 4 different days, and then she was like, yep, and or, like, you guys were called out there 4 different days, and she was like, yep, we made contact with him every time, and again, this was on the 10th. Maybe I'll make another call just to, like, super confirm this. I'm not saying that this definitely is true and that he definitely lied about calling the cops and going to the psych ward via a cop car or something. I'm just saying that the story is really weird. So, like, it's just like, I don't know what to believe and whatnot. Here, let me play the recording. It's gonna sound really, like, scuffed and, like, boofy because I'm playing it from my phone. And it was like, it's already kind of like a recording of me talking, and like so the quality is probably gonna be bad. It's not on my PC because it's like an iPhone recording that I had Alyssa record, but you know, here.
Okay, so
oh shit.
Thank you for letting me know that he's fine though. So you said you made 4 different checks?
Yes, 4 days in a row.
Okay.
And they made contact with him every time.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys understood what she said there, but she said we made contact with him every time. That it did sound kind of, you know, like that was 144p video audio, right?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry if, you know, like, this took up, like, too much time or whatever. I've just been worried about him for a while.
Definitely fine. I understand. I
she hitting him with extreme empathy vibes. Because you know they don't play in that department. That if you have no empathy or nothing, that they're gonna immediately fire you.
Oh yeah,
or if I'm overthinking it, she's legitimately like dead ass really really cares to the same level and degree as well. So
yeah.
Your call today.
She got that customer voice, customer service voice now.
Unlocked, bro.
Oh yeah.
This is me like walking away, so that's why I sound more distant because I was just pacing to gather my thoughts.
Okay. Well.
But we do, so, I mean, if a new situation happens, we do want you to call us back, though, okay?
Okay, we'll do, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't still have contact with him, so, if something else
And yeah, like this call was when I made before he and I started talking because it was before he got out of the hospital, so. Here, I'll go ahead and pause the recording because that was pretty much.
SWAGKAGE is such a great individual,
like,
man.
I don't even know if he was telling the truth about that.
Really
like, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt,
for sure.
Like, yeah, he went to those lengths. It's crazy.
For someone this
bro, what do
shitty
you
as well.
mean? Sour gushers
Yeah,
are
exactly.
fire. Come on. Oh, sorry. Now, no offense, Swag, but when you talk over the clip, it gets hard to hear. Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to give context for everything so everybody understood. But you guys got the point of the clip, right? What date was this called? It was the 10th. He got out on the 12th. Told me that he stayed there for 4 days and that the police hauled him there, which would have been on the 8th, which was one of the days that the cops made contact with him. But also
doesn't his family know
showed a
about this shit?
That
Shit, I'm
showed
sure.
him
I'm
in the
pretty. I
hospital
would assume so.
starting
Probably.
on the 9th. So what I think is that he just self-admitted, said like, yeah. He also sent me like a list of his calls, and one of them was like it wasn't 911, it was the like suicide prevention hotline. So I think he called them to get referred, but it wasn't the cops. But again, I don't know. He could be telling the truth. I'm just saying a bunch of reasons why it's like a little bit fishy.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
like,
understandable.
Gushers hard carried middle school, that's what I'm saying. You know? But yeah, like I said, figured I would just get all this out there in case he tries to say anything in the future that, you know, like would conflict with this or conflict with the truth, I guess, right? But like in case it wasn't already clear, I'm completely done with Seth. I'm never interacting with him, like, ever again. Like, no matter what. At first, it was like well, you know, if he goes and gets help and genuinely improves, becomes a better person, you know, maybe I would consider, like, forgiving it. But it's just like, no, dude. He's, like, the guy's psychotic. He's a complete, like, sociopath. He's not a...
Swag said, bridges burned. Done.
Yeah, bro. Rightfully so. Like, I fucking burned the bridge.
And I'll be real, like, I don't know, even if Seth did go in the right direction, do everything right, etc., I still think it is still a risk even associated with him, period.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's worth the risk. Yeah, it's like, it's just not, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
There's no need to.
I would respectfully, you know, like, probably, you know, interact with them, like, you know what I mean, like, here and there, like, if it was forced upon for whatever reason, professionally, etc., but to, like, you know, to make videos and to talk 24/7, etc., like how it was before and all that, no, fuck that. No.
Yeah,
not
it's
worth
done.
it. Done.
Yeah, definitely.
Above doing anything, right? Like, he doesn't consider any manipulation tactic beneath him, and it sucks. Like, it felt so bad to be taken advantage of after being stressed out for that long about his well-being. I guess another thing I wanted to do is, like, if anybody has any questions so that I don't have to, like, spend the whole rest of my career, like, answering them, you know, I can try to do, like, a question block now.
Exactly.
Let me go ahead and take a look at all of the super chats, since I don't want to ignore all of these. Okay, Burnt Toast with 140 ZAR. You're amazing, thank you. 50 days where I thought, like, he might be dead. I was like I said, like, bro, I felt like almost like physically sick, you know, but I'm good now. And then Angel with $50, first big donation ever. Just wanted to support you in any way I can. I appreciate it. You didn't have to drop the $50 though. out. I wasn't looking forward to doing this stream, bro. If you don't get consent from other caller in certain states, it's considered illegal, and you just played the audio on stream, bro. Well, so first of all, it's not illegal where I live, and I don't really think that like the law defines morality, right? The reason why I wanted to play it is because like,
okay, so I'll say this, that's a really contentious line of fucking understanding, in my opinion. So that guy is technically right in a sense. He's not really capping.
Right.
If Seth's state is like, I forgot that there's two words for it. It's a certain type of terminology, but there's certain states that don't care if you record them, whatever, and you don't need to have the person's consent at all. And there's certain states that you have to get their consent to record them, and if you don't, that is an actual legal act. It doesn't matter about morality. It doesn't matter about applying transparency, whatever. And unfortunately, that's just how it is, and it sucks and it's stupid. You know what I mean? You know, so if Seth is in a state where that is not allowed, and Swag just, you know, and recorded him without his permission or his consent, which I'm assuming Swag probably asked him for consent either way. Maybe he didn't, I don't know. But bottom line is, if that is the case, whatever, technically, if Seth wanted to be a dick, he could press charges, and technically Swag could get arrested. As crazy as that sounds, that is a thing in life. But then again, if Swag's state is where it's like, oh, you can record blah, blah, whatever, that would only mainly apply to anyone that's in his state, not elsewhere. So that's what I'm saying. So overall, it would be a really big issue. It would be a whole fucking court thing, whatever, and you'd be surprised. If you have a good enough lawyer, that could probably go either way. It doesn't mean Seth is automatically by default going to win and get Swag convicted of fucking charges, but I'm just being real. That is a thing, though. So that's why call agencies have those disclosures as well, and you name it.
Yeah, I think even federally under the Wiretap Act, I think it is illegal to record audio without consent. If Swag really wanted to be technical, I think the recordings that he displayed weren't from him, so Seth would have to press charges on the other dude that recorded it.
Okay.
I think Swag would be fine.
Calling a public domain as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, calling a private.
Yeah, and also, so he would be fine. The other guy might be fucked if Seth sees this and he's like, "What the fuck, motherfucker?
And
You're
tries to
fucked
pull
now."
the
He
victim
would do
out,
that.
and bullshit,
Yeah, he
Which
might do
makes
that
sense.
and fuck that guy over. But I think Swag should be fine. But yeah, technically, if you are caught doing that, and if you expose yourself, like showing a clip of you recording someone, it could be problematic.
And so basically what Jay's saying, guys, you know, in simple terms, to make sure people are fully understanding, is like if it wasn't Swag recording, then he should be good, because even if he does show the clip, that's not the illegal part. The illegal part is recording the person. So even if Swag showed the clip in, you know, whatever his video and etc., that's not him recording. That was just him using something someone did, and the only person that would be held accountable would be the person that actually did the recording. So that's all he's saying. But either way, just kind of want to put that out there. This way, if you guys didn't know about that, for any younglings or whatever, or even people that are grown, you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, it's a thing. What's it called? You know, that's just how it is, and you know, that's our world is extremely fucking petty. Like, so I'm telling you guys, there's you'd be so surprised. There's so many lawsuits for the most dumbest fucking things, but it's a thing.
Absolutely.
You know, so
the legality. The legality of online interaction is very ambiguous to most of the common populace. Like someone like Swag, or like someone, they're probably not even aware of the legality of it.
And the bigger you are, the more reason to fuck with you with little shit like that too. You know? Yeah,
exactly. So, guys, be careful if you're gonna, even if you're against someone you don't like on Discord, don't record them without their consent, because you could get fucked over. So
don't want to everybody has made the mistake of doing that as well, because once again, it's a whole concept of ignorance. I've probably even made that mistake without even realizing what's it called. But I'm just saying, you know, if people have that knowledge or whatever you name it, they can fuck you over if they want to be petty and go that route. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful, and that's obviously a whole headache that you don't want to have to worry about. So that's why just be on the lookout. That's why even with Jay and fucking Pimpin', I don't do it because it's a law. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you, I don't give two fucks about that type of a law. I mainly just do it because it's common courtesy, in my opinion. But even with them, I let them know that, hey, I'm gonna record, is that okay? Or hey, there's a recording starting, etc., etc. So just be very transparent with that. Make sure to get consent, and don't take someone's word that their state is also, allows it or whatever. Look it up. You have fucking
do your own research.
Do your own
homework. For real.
So if someone says, oh, well, I live in this state, blah, blah, whatever, so you don't even have to ask my consent. What? Don't do that. That's a bait tactic. People are manipulative, and they will do shit purposely to construe it in a way to where now you can be committing an illegal act. You need to be smart.
Exactly.
Just look it out for you guys. But anyways, let's continue with the video.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the only reason it was recorded was because, like, Clyde, all of these people were, again, Seth was like, I'm going to kill myself. So people started recording the calls where he was talking about wanting to kill himself. And, showing it to the authorities just to make sure that they took it seriously.
Oh, yeah, that's when I donated.
I didn't play the whole call for a reason. Because
hey, Swag, you are a GOAT, greatest of all time. Deserve much better. Here's to better and brighter days. Keep your head up, brother. Much love. Hey.
You take
privacy
seriously.
No doubt, man.
Like, I played, 20 seconds of it, and it was just the 20 seconds where Seth was like, yeah,
I'm very intrigued when he finally mentioned you then, because he's going to read
vouches for me not being a pedophile, then I won't kill myself.
Because he knows you on
Discord
that
was, relevant.
I'm pretty sure he knows
worth
as well.
putting out there. So that
know him. I think Six probably told him about me too.
Would not surprise me,
fucking things that, I could draw from, I could take screenshots, I could play the whole rest
$10
of the
for
call,
you
which
make
I
it
think
clap.
but I don't want
to. You are so weird, bro.
I'm sorry, I just saw that. I was
it's just that specifically.
I don't understand if he was like a fine ass woman, if that was SWAGKAGE, bro.
Yeah, bro, what the fuck, bro?
$10 from
anime YouTube, what you doing, bro?
Much better.
Fucking
Keep your head up, thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
It's just different, you know what I mean? Like, compared to, a male anime YouTuber compared to, a female YouTuber that's
I warned you about him since day one, says Tao HK was $5. He's a narcissist. I tried to tell you personally, bro. Love you. Yeah, I know. So this is another thing. A lot of people asked me, were you just, cool with all this behavior the whole time? Or, what was it? And it was Six has said the same thing. A lot of the times when Seth would, say stuff, we would just assume he has to be joking or being ironic. I knew he was an asshole and his whole persona was being a dickhead, but I didn't think that it was this real and this bad. It was it was probably too late that I know that I put everything together. But it was when I found out about this situation with him, being in a relationship with this mutual friend of Alyssa and I's, and abusing her and all this stuff, that was a huge red flag where I was well, okay, that might be enough for me to cut Seth off. And then I found out about all the stuff he'd been saying about me and other people behind the scenes, and I was just this is too much. It's consistent with things that he's done in the past, if those things that he was doing, or I guess things that he said in the past, if those things that he was saying were meant to be taken seriously, but at the time I just didn't think so. I feel, I don't want to excuse myself, because I do genuinely feel bad about not acting sooner or trying to call him on the stuff sooner. But I think a lot of people make excuses for their friends, not even out loud, but mentally, right? And that's what I was doing with Seth.
Not only that, fucking, let's be real, they weren't under the same impressions and knowledge of everything, that eventually came out from the Clyde show, you name it. You know what I mean? And all the way to this point. So for all they know, they're thinking, Seth's a good guy, whatever. And that's just what he does. He trolls at times. Got kind of some of what we do at times. We troll as well.
Yeah, banter.
Banter, whatever. So so you don't really think of anything of it. And if let's say somebody starts saying some crazy shit or whatever, this and that, blah blah. 9 out of 10 times you just zone it out or ignore it. Don't even pay any attention, because it's normally a hater or some guy that's obsessed with you. Jay's gone through it. I have. You name it. So and so when it comes to shit like that, then why would your close friends even take that seriously? Because they're more oh, that's just a fucking other weirdo or hater, being a bitch or something,
Exactly.
So I get what Swag is saying.
Yeah, especially since he was his friend at one point.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Close,
yeah.
I'd already forgiven
A solid one is that as well. You know what I mean? Put real homies do.
5
Exactly.
I was I think that we're past this, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I shouldn't have, and I know that now. So let me see. Dude, you're a champion. Again, so sorry this happened to you. Have I contacted Seth's parents to see if they can do something? I think one person did contact Seth's parents to check on him. But, I mean, I don't have, like, that information. So, let me see. Regardless of Seth being bad, do you think other YouTubers that hated Seth from before took advantage of this controversy? I wouldn't, like, rule it out. I don't know a lot of them super closely, right? The only people that I really, like, know are, like, Seth, Clyde, and Six. I can't really speak for, like, Noodles or Parrot or whatever. All I know is that they apologized for the stuff that they had with me, and, you know, I let it go. I mean, like, and I'm not trying to, like, throw either of them under the bus by saying this. It's just, like, you know, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that, like, they were just trying to clout farm. But it's just, like, you know, like, I don't know, right? Like, if you want to ask them about it, I also don't know, like, if there's, like, so, like, I know other people showed up on the Keem stream where it was, like, really weird. Like, I don't know, like, what the fuck people like it was just like why were, like, I mean, like, a lot of those people didn't really need to be there, right? Honestly, I think that I probably shouldn't have even been in the call. I probably should have just been like Clyde and Keem, and then like Seth and Keem, and I guess Pat got or whatever, right?
Yeah, that shows a shit show, bro.
I can imagine people being opportunistic over
majority
something
of
like
it,
this, right? Because it's like a big YouTuber takedown moment. I know I saw a lot of TikToks where it was just like there were like there's this one guy on TikTok and YouTube Shorts who made like 10 videos about like why Seth is bad, and I saw like it was like him in all of the thumbnails, but it was like 10 different videos of him basically just saying the same thing but rephrased, and I was like, okay, this is weird. Little otaku, $10. I really feel like this has to be made clear, but come on, guys. We don't want Seth to die. He's unwell and needs help. That said, it is not Swag or Clyde's job to help him. He needs professional help. Yeah, like, what I want to say, like, for myself, as far as I see, I feel like I did everything that I could, right? It was just, like, when I started to feel like he wasn't actually trying to confide in me, or, like, it looked to me as a source of, like, making him feel better, and he was just trying to, like, I was just like, look, like, for my own sake, and honestly for his own good, so that I don't, like, feed into, like, so that I don't validate that type of, like, manipulative behavior, like, I feel like I just have to cut him off, right? Because, like, if I kept working with him, and he thought that it was, like, okay to do that to people because it yielded results, like, I mean, like, he would definitely never get better. Right, so, like, yeah, I really tried, though, bro. Like, you know, I tried to talk to him the night that Clyde uploaded the video, and he was, like, weird and didn't really give me a sincere apology and was, like, defensive, and, like, he was kind of forcing me to bring up my own grievances with him instead of just apologizing wholesale for everything he'd ever done to me. And, like, he was just like, yeah, are you really gonna take that girl's side from the beginning of the video? That's weird. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, she's my friend. Multiple people corroborated what she said, like, like, why would I not trust her? But, like, you know, it was just weird stuff like that. And, you know, then I cut him off, and then I went back to him again. And keep in mind, this is the second time, right? Or at this point, it's been 2 times that he's apologized to me. And I have ample reason to believe that the apology was, like, fake or, you know, not.
Undoubtedly.
Like he didn't mean it.
Yeah, exactly.
I go back to him a 3rd time because I'm concerned that he's going to commit suicide, right? And I'm just like, hey, man, like, you know. And I talk to him, and then he's still, like, trying to get, like, use out of me, right? Like,
did he mention
like,
you yet, Jay, or no?
career move to.
I think he did earlier, but I'm not sure if he passed it or not.
Like,
okay.
at a certain point, like, what am I?
I think all he said was, like,
right? I don't really feel like I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything. Accomplishing anything. It didn't feel productive. I was just like, I feel like I should probably cut this dude
Never
off.
cared about clout.
Let me see. I appreciate the $20, Marv, but I'm not answering that question right now because it is kind of serious.
Make it clap, and do you have a gag reflex?
Bro, no way.
Wasting your money on that sus shit.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They're trolling.
I only saw
Come
one
on,
video from him
bro.
where he was just kind of like smoking on the set.
And that's like an unnecessary.
It didn't
troll,
seem
like,
exploitative to me.
Like,
if anybody showed me anything where he was actually
dark shit.
Weird,
like, I already know if Swag does see that, he's not gonna read it, but he's gonna be like, bro, like, stop
Mino
saying
Sabe,
that
I'm
shit.
sorry if you've already said
It's
this.
like, dude, you ain't
It's literally
$20.
sexual harassment, technically,
I
too.
did everything in my power to
He gave me $20 ass
but he was like, yeah, can you give me to talk to Clyde? Like, he was really pushy about
those fucking donations, bro. Like, just imagine, Jay, you're getting all this fucking money, dumbass people saying shit like that. Like, fuck it, like, I'll take the money, but at the same time, it's like, bro, these fucking weirdos.
And he asked me,
I'd be like, I appreciate the bag, but you're sus as fuck.
Yeah.
I found out that because he wanted me to vouch for him, so I don't know if he was
like,
sorry,
bro.
Seth hater.
Oh my god.
Not a Seth hater, like a Seth goon that's hating on Swag, saying that shit.
Convince me to like say, like,
oh my god.
I don't know if he's
gonna
like, sorry,
bro. I walk on
the
the path of straight and narrow, buddy.
Me saying something that made him look good. Like, I have no idea, right? But I didn't feel like dealing with it. I was like, look,
this
Seth,
motherfucker, Hashirama versus Taro.
A better person, not like bounce back from
anime
this and
questions.
completely escape the consequences.
For real, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Plus two, you're clearly a compassionate guy, and you've handled this all as well as anybody could. Hopefully, you're able to keep protecting yourself too. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm actually doing my best. Jaquandre Jones, you come off as super genuine. Love you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see, he didn't even read the other weird shit, the $20 one. He just ignored it.
Somebody said, no, it's just ridiculous how everyone is ridiculing him. I hate cancel culture.
Reading it in
Just
order
shut up and
right now,
enjoy his
so.
content. Are you talking about
if people
Seth?
ask him if he can make it clap, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Imagine the whole chat starts spamming it.
Like, the stuff that he got accused of is like bad, bro.
It's crazy
like,
how Swag makes so much.
I mean, I'm not like I'm not like a huge drama fiend. I don't feed off of that stuff. I mean, I said in my first stream about this.
Oh yeah, bro.
Dylan, bro, yeah.
So much, bro. And that's not even including all the other sources of money he gets, you know, from X, Y, and Z.
Light as possible.
You make bands on the stream.
You can't expect all that shit to happen, and like a shit show like the Keemstar stream to happen, and for people to just not make jokes about it.
Once you kind of hit that area and that margin, you're good.
So I don't know. That seems like
no doubt.
You don't even have to like get the
passive income, bro.
Like that. You just get to like a couple amount of thousand to a certain ballpark. You're just getting so many donations at that.
Sabe with $10 more. Also, do you think Seth is an actual pedo? Because while it is weird, I don't think.
Lately, especially these last streams, we've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, solid ones, bro.
But from what I understand,
it's pretty dope.
Alexa,
First of all,
Sir Goat.
The state
she has ulterior motives for sure.
Second off, like I said earlier, I feel like there are a lot of cases where legality doesn't define morality, and I think that like trying to hook up with like a 16-year-old, especially when you have Seth's like massive platform, there's a huge power imbalance, is pretty fucked up. Third, I think he was 20. Like I think I actually might have said this already, but I'm pretty sure he was 20. He said on the stream that he was 19, but he was actually 20 years old when it happened. Fourth, he got really defensive about it, and his defense wasn't like, oh, well, that age difference isn't a big deal. Like, he clearly knew it was wrong because he was like, well, yeah, but I was just asking for the nudes as a joke, right? It's like, I don't know, man. I feel
what a shitty rationalization.
Jason
Elliott. Bottom line is, there's no defense for that, guys. Like once again, I could understand like if it's someone you do know that you're really close, you know what I mean, that is not clearly a minor or underage, and you're going up to her and you're like, hey, send me some nudes, honey bun, you know what I mean? And she like kind of laughs, and then like you guys continue on with your fucking day. Like that's different in a sense. But if you over here like talking to underage fucking people, okay, and especially on Discord, which consists of a lot of underage people, let's be real.
Okay,
which is why there's so much toxic behaviors and immaturity and etc. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that shit, because the problem is if they take that hyper literally and not take it as a joke, even if it is a joke and that's your intention, they can send the nudes, and you just committed an illegal act, and you can get arrested for that shit. They could hold that against you. They could try to even blackmail or some shit, you know?
Yeah,
like, just don't do that shit, guys. Like, just don't.
I'm gonna go on Keemstar's stream and tell them like, "Oh, it's just a joke," and then for the audience to just be like, "Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. It's all good then. It's just a joke, right?" Like, no.
Guess what? There's many things you can joke about that leads to many bad consequences. Okay, sure, joke around, but guess what? Find out what happens. You know, you're gonna learn the hard way.
Yeah, especially that kind of a criminal act. That's fucking pathetic to justify.
And not only that, the integrity of that claim is also extremely questionable, because once again, it's so predictable. That's like a fucking dumb common defense that all these pedos do and you name it and whatnot. They're like, oh, I didn't mean it. I was just messing or entertaining or joking or this and that, even though they have a full fucking conversation trying to get in a minor's pants and then meet up with them, or sending them nudes,
Literally, and the judge will just laugh you out of court and into a fucking cell.
Literally, So I'm telling you right now, like, it's just, that's not, I'm telling you, that's not. Just take your fucking...
Yeah, I'm for real, bro. I'm looking foolish at this point.
Reminds me of the Justin Roiland situation. I always thought that the sick jokes and humor were just a part of the persona, but it was actually real. Sucks. But hey, thanks for being someone I can look up to. Swag, love. Yeah, the Justin Roiland situation is kind of pretty much the same thing. I get what you mean. Love you too, buddy. $5 from Easy on the Track. I hope you're doing okay. I seriously hope Seth gets better. Mental health is something that should always be. Yeah, no, like, I agree. I think people should take mental health crises seriously. I don't like it.
Like, love you too,
have like a support network or anything.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to completely leave
Noodles
Seth.
is giving all his money, man.
Like, what? Like, I don't know what.
Real, I give him that.
I can do.
And paying Swag.
Everyone who I know personally was telling me.
He don't even need to do that. Swag makes bank.
I don't.
Yeah, he's straight.
Any obligation or responsibility.
Damn, send that shit to people that actually need it, bro.
Or two, they were like really, really pushing me to cut him off and telling me that I was being dumb and irresponsible by continuing to engage with him. And I was just like, look, I don't care. I'm trying to do what I feel is the right thing. I want to make sure that the
face reveal and Swag.
And
I don't think I've ever seen them before.
So like, I and then it turned out that it was like, dude, none of the people who have spoken to him about it actually think that it was sincere anymore. And the thing is, like, I'm still genuinely worried that maybe he's going to try to do it. But, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to help him with it. Because the only options he's given me and he's given Clyde are, like, vouch for me in my comeback video, bro. Which, like, I can't do because, like, what am I going to vouch for, right? Like, I don't agree with any of the stuff he's saying.
I think Swag might have deleted some videos then, because he's saying what happened with the Seth and Itachi versus 5Kage thing.
Oh shit! Maybe
that's with him and Six too.
I remember that video. Yeah, it was 6 in there, Swag, Seth, and they were talking about how Itachi could beat the 5Kage.
Maybe he did delete that shit. I don't know.
Crazy.
Like he didn't like he can't do, So it's like,
which makes sense. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be curious to see if they still have all their videos with their collaborations,
Yeah, he still has these up, but yeah.
Okay.
And then like, it like not only would it be like fucking like, so first of all, it wouldn't help Seth because he already admitted to soliciting
all of these.
So like,
we still got it technically, guys.
Seth isn't a pedophile.
Yeah, we still got it.
Like,
that is
I
true.
would just commit career suicide. Seth wouldn't come back, and we would just be in the same position, right? So like, I don't know. It's just weird to like expect me to like lie on his behalf in such a like self-destructive way. It's like, like he's already shown that he's totally willing to lie to people and manipulate people. He's done this shit to other people before, right? Like, he made suicide threats to Omar, the lead animator on Naruto vs. Ichigo, in the past. And when I say in the past, I mean like years ago. So this is something that he's done for a really long time. It's like, it's just
exactly.
I don't want to discount it. If it was anybody else, I would be taking it super, super seriously, but I don't actually think he's going to do it. I think that he just said that he was going to do it in order to get me to talk to him and to get Clyde to talk to him. Because, I mean, if you guys were here earlier when I played the clip, he literally said, like, if Clyde cares about my life, just get him to vouch for the pedophile thing. I get to live. He doesn't have to hear from me anymore. Like, that. It's so blatant, the manipulation, right? It's like, what is
it's pure selfishness, like it's not like him. But I just want to apologize and this and that and the other, and I'll leave you guys alone. Like, that's it. And I need to kind of like, and this may be selfish. Like, for him to acknowledge it too. This may be selfish of me to wanting this type of relief or comfort in a way. But like, I feel like I need to either say this or do this or whatever, because I just feel like a really shitty person. You know what I mean? Like, that's all, you know what I mean? And I hope he doesn't understand whatever. And that's reasonable. Like, that I would at least understand. But this motherfucker's just thinking of his career and shit, and you name it. He's a fucking piece of shit.
I'm sorry, but like, actually, could you guys help me out? And if you don't help me out, I'm gonna kill myself.
Literally.
Yeah.
Bro, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, such a pussy ass tactic.
It's like what kind of
bitch?
Yeah.
Like, if someone ever said something like that to me, all I would type is like, "You need help, man. Like, don't ever speak to me again." Like that's it. It's like.
Yeah, deadass. I'll just be like, "Good luck to you, bro. Like, you're on your own, pal." Like that's what I would fucking say. I don't like he's on his own if he's trying to manipulate me with that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I'm not gonna allow you
even
to.
Swag fucking blocked him, and Swag's like
Dumbass
the most sensitive, community appealing person.
Tell him, Jay.
I wouldn't be so nice, bro. I'd be mean to him. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, stupid ass.
None of us have that time or patience.
Yeah,
for
but
that
then Seth would use that against you, though. You know what I mean? That's probably why Swag or anybody else wouldn't come with that type of energy, because knowing Seth, he'd be like, oh, you want to speak to me? Oh, you're trying to promote, that you don't care about people with mental health or want to kill them, like, you're telling me to kill, and you just twist it, and and it would be a shit show, bro.
I'd just be like, come on my live, bitch. I'll slap you here. Fucking loser. I'll slap you rhetorically, semantically, however you want, you dumb motherfucker.
Literally, I'll fucking shut down that fucking bullshit, ratty fucking nonsense.
I'll be choking on your words, pal. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, imagine him saying that. He's the one throwing around the word retard so nonchalant all the time, too. It's like, come on, buddy.
Exactly.
Think it's something better. Think it's something better.
Marv 3400 Swag, give me your Cash App. I'll send you 10 G's to answer the question.
The fuck?
I'm good, bro. I'm not trying to drop my Cash App.
Cash
If
App.
you're actually gonna send me 10 G's, maybe I'll put up a PayPal
Bruh,
link at like
I'd drop that in a heartbeat,
like,
bro.
not,
Like,
like,
go
right
ahead.
now. Like
10,000. He doesn't even need that money. He has so much money, but this man is gonna send him 10,000. Bro, send that to like a small fucking creator or medium, content creator. Like, bro, they need that fucking money, bro. Like, they could pop off with that type of money like that. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Like I get it, but at the same time, like, that's something that always kind of annoys me. It's like these people be sending so much money to people that are making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's like, bro, they don't need your fucking money. like give it to people that actually need it, bro. And I'll be real with you, there's many Naruto YouTube channels, including yours, and you know what I mean, like fucking that would definitely fucking thrive off that shit. You know what I mean? That'd be clutch.
Exactly.
Yeah, people spend their money really weird, man. I mean, the fact that they're willing to donate $20 to ask him if you can make it clap, I mean...
Yeah.
That's
some issues, bro.
Oh,
man. Good example of that.
Oh, man. Here we go. Surf ball.
You got some skeletons in your closet, motherfucker.
Here we go. Surf ball.
Oh, shit. Surf ball.
They must be doing this for clout. Just undermines why exposing Seth needed to happen, especially since he threatened me to never talk about what he did to me or he'll lie about it on the stream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro.
At the end of the day, guys, whether you like me or not, I still have my own thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with you, Carthy. There's no, exactly. Like, there's nothing that we could do to, like, get rid of that shit. So.
I still remember this day. I just pictured Jay's like, fuck surfball.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And the way he said it, it was like... the way he said it was like if like Jay was willing to drop a nuke on him or something.
When we talked, he's like, "Yeah, that shit was funny." Not gonna lie, that's what he said.
Yeah, it was so savage. Pure fucking like the embodiment of hatred, bro.
Yeah, I was like roasting for
Needles video. Yeah,
just undermines why exposing Seth needed to happen, especially since he threatened me to never talk about what he did to me or he'll lie about it on stream. Yeah, exactly. I think that there are a lot of people,
Naruto
for example, like
Shit, goat,
and brother, you sound mad stressed and misunderstanding.
Like,
damn. That's interesting because he was saying out of all this, to be honest, like he wasn't really commenting on streams or doing anything. At least I didn't realize
the things that Seth had said about them, despite the fact that Seth had been
abusive. Oh my god, current thoughts and cognitive Noodles. There you go.
Oh my god.
There you go, wanting to get attention all over again to gas up your shit.
Noodles?
Fucking calm down, man.
Asking from
you're already getting so much fucking gas.
Naruto explained the goat. I was like, "You're the goat."
There.
A little bit like slimy or weird about it and trying to take advantage of the situation.
I'm trying to be mean to hit Noodles, guys, but
or
I know what he's doing right there. Get out of here with that.
More sinister,
fucking start a whole trend all over again and pop off.
You did get some clout though, bro, from all this. You really did.
Like Seth, and I think that
there's a difference over joking about it, but he dead ass asked him that question.
Right, like
like
if that's what you think, like come on, right? But again, I'm not trying to take like a super firm stance on anything in relation to the people that I don't know. Like, Clyde knows Noodles and Para, but
that guy said Seth's my favorite anime YouTuber too. Right? So much fucking hate.
But I mean, I didn't get the impression that anybody there was like super like farming.
That's why you were pissed the most, Jay.
Right. So
yeah, bro, I was fucking heated, bro. I fucking.
That probably made you feel like shit too. That if you were like a bad person in a way, supporting somebody like that,
This goes to show you, man. Karma will get you no matter what, bro.
Is there any legal action happening to Seth right now? No, I don't think he's actually gonna like
wherever the fuck that is. Oh, you can't
I'm just
say cancel culture for actual moral legal crimes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I see what he's saying.
Cancel culture would be more like boycotting someone for their political views.
I don't understand.
Like Scott Cawthon.
What is he trying to say?
He means like
say cancel culture.
He means like things that are blatantly
moral
morally malicious shouldn't even fall in that category. It should be automatic, like crucifying.
Oh,
unlike,
okay.
Absolutism, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, political aspects are more like morally gray, so some people will get quote unquote canceled per se, but once you do like blatantly malicious actions, you should just be crucified online, like virtually crucified, like removed from society.
And I agree with that, but the only con to that though is, you know, there's always going to be those corruption aspects to where you know, let's say if that was put into effect, that type of ruling could be applied to someone that it may look like he's bad or something, whatever, but he actually didn't do, you know, whatever, and you know, then you have the bias.
And then
that's they get fucked, you know, because people are being biased and applying.
They should still stick to like the right to a due process.
No, I'd have to like legit conquer evidence to do that. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I agree with that.
Otherwise, a lot of people would actually be fucked because once again, there's a lot of fucking filthy rats to you know, paint pictures and shit and things that are not the case at all. You know,
innocent until proven guilty should always apply.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't someone trying to screenshot or get as much evidence as possible, like with J the Great or things like that, and then next thing you know, that out of nowhere they're over here like trying to cause a whole fucking shit. Like people do that shit. Like they're fucking losers. You know. So,
and you know that we're in a democracy, it does invite the whole like ambiguous, gray political environment to exist around us in the first place. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
This kind of it prompts this kind of, you know, stuff afterwards for sure.
Yeah, like tribalism is what created this cancel culture because people are instinctually tribal, especially politically.
Tribalism? What does that mean?
Like tribalistic, like you know how people like back in the day would be like in their own tribes and would only trust each other.
Oh, okay. So kind of similar to the concept of like traditionalism and shit.
Yeah, okay. But now it's like the tribalism works in different ways because we're in the first world country. It's more so like virtual echo chambers. Like on Twitter, for example, you'll have someone that follows like fucking Elon Musk. The people that follow him are an echo chamber, or the other side would be like someone following, like, I don't know,
so many
like
followers. I mean, no leaders, like, no, you know, just
influencer,
and they basically echo each other. And then in a way that's like a tribe, but like our modern version of a tribe. You know, so like that's why politics is so divisive because we're all instinctually tribal like that. And it goes back to like evolution. Like we're always going to be tribal, even if we don't.
There's always somebody we follow in a way.
Yeah, even if we're not like Native Americans from the 1500s living in fucking like little tribes in the middle of nowhere, we just are tribal in different ways now, more modern.
The term tribalism
and more like reasonable and simplification type of ways, in my opinion. Because like me, I have a lot of self-control. Like that's one concept that actually really pisses me off. I can't stand followers or dick riders or anything like that.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
it's better to
they say or do, like you must kiss their feet and type shit. You know. I hate that fucking shit.
I feel like independent thought is like a dying breed for sure.
You know what I mean?
Independent thought is definitely a dying breed.
I'm not like that at all. Like I don't fucking follow anyone to that extreme degree. I'll still have my own thoughts. I'll be respectful for anyone.
I like the ratio to leaders to followers is probably like 1 to 10, honestly.
It's always going to be like extremely. It's always going to be extremely disproportionate. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to change that.
Even school, like Jay, let's be real. Middle school, elementary, and high school is extremely, you know what I mean? Like tribal fucking, you know, organization type shit vibes, and you name it. I mean, you have the nerds, you have the jock or the cool kids, you have the hot girls, and you have the the nerdy or quiet girl, like you name it. It's all classified. It's all tribes. You name it. You know, so
like humanity inherently has factions or tribes. Like we just inherently like kind of gravitate towards people that we find similarities in. But me, I think like the best ideology is to be more independent thinker. That way you kind of cross your T's. Yeah,
you can never grow or never move more forward for yourself if you just continue to exactly.
It's kind of productive to your own like. It's kind of productive to your own evolution. Yeah.
You know what? You know what just reminded me of, Jay? I don't know if you vibe with him or not, but he's a really good rapper. He talks about like real life shit. You name it. He just came out with a song. He's called NF, and the song's called Hope.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yes, it's called Hope. I don't know if you listened to the song yet, but that song, what we're talking about right now, like he was spitting some real shit, bro. Like, it's really good. It's shit that you would relate to. It's shit that you vibe and also agree with, etc. And basically, what we're talking about in a sense as well. Like, you would love it. You definitely got to check out that video because oh my god, that shit was fire. It was crazy.
Yeah, his music is pretty good. I heard some of his songs, and he definitely very, I would say, like, insightful for sure in his music. Yeah.
And you said?
Yeah, he's called NF, but I was referring to his newest song that he just did. It's called Hope. But the only thing, though, you would technically have to listen to his... Because Jay knows him and everything, so he doesn't really have to do this part. But since you don't know him at all, you would have to like listen to some of his main songs, like the main hits, or some of his albums, or whatever. Because that song has a lot of mentions, references to that stuff, and it all connects in these really interesting, like reality type ways. Like it's it's hard to explain, but you would understand it once you listen to it.
I get
Clyde videos.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Gives you more clarity and understanding. So.
Yeah, he's definitely talented. Yeah.
Crimes. Yeah, I agree, bro. What do you think about the way Keem and Pat God handled the whole situation on the stream? I mean, Keem...
It was poorly, in my opinion. Like, it was decent in certain levels, but it was kind of poorly. Like, they clearly did it
for
right?
Go ask him about brothers with you.
Attention, you know?
So, if I was the one interviewing Seth, I would ask the hard questions.
Like, and then the moment Seth became disrespectful or just bullshit with you, you would have shut that shit down and got so angry with them.
Yeah, bro. Like, who the fuck are you talking to, you dumb motherfucker? You're saying you're
like, this is my show, pedophile.
Stupid loser. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, Jay would be such a, like, unmerciful fucking interviewer, bro.
Yeah, I would show no mercy.
He'd be that Ben Shapiro guy.
Yeah, I'd be Ben Shapiro and his fucking loser ass the whole time. I'm like, explain to me how a pedophilia is a joke, please. You asked her to fly her out. How is that a joke? Please enlighten me, dumb motherfucker. Please.
Seth was actually willing to interview Jay because like he sees some like the videos he did. Maybe he sees some of my shit, whatever. I don't fucking know or what. I know damn well he saw what 6 was in. I know he's obsessed with them all.
I know
I know he's seen that at least and seen what we all said with that. I know he has, but he,
I know he heard us roasting his shit.
Yeah. So, but like, what would be really funny is like right when he heard that, he's like, "Oh, these motherfuckers. Oh yeah, okay, bet." And then he like fucking DMs Jay and he's like, "Hey, like, you want to interview me, bro? You want me to bully your shit so I can give you a fucking mental concussion?"
I dare you. I dare you to come on my shit, dude.
Yeah, come over, bro.
I will slap your shit.
Like, that would be so goated because then not only would it gas you up further and you'd get a lot of like subs and you name it, etc. But like you just bitch him.
Yeah, I would happily like accept his fucking challenge. I'm like, please come on here so I could slap you, motherfucker. Like I have no. I got nothing to hide.
I'm not no swag, bro. I ain't nice.
Yeah, it's like I have nothing to hide. I don't avoid conflict. I look for it. So please come on, please let me slap you. It's transparent as it can be, bro.
So good, dude. Oh my god, I wish. If Seth, if you for whatever weird reason were to watch this, I swear to God, bro. If you had the balls, do it, buddy.
Yeah, bro. You slap.
He's weird. Pat God was a little goofy. Like he missed a couple of things sometimes. Like he would hear somebody say something, and just be like, "Yeah, well, whatever," and like not really take it seriously. And then somebody would like say the exact same thing. Like a few minutes later, and be like, "Wait, what? Now this changes things." So he was like a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like. I wasn't there for the whole stream.
You're like, who the fuck is Pat God? Why was he even like, like?
No idea.
Like, I feel like that was like such an unnecessary aspect.
I've heard of Keemstar either before.
Yeah, like I don't even know the fuck Pat God is.
I don't know about you, but I really thought he was an unnecessary component to it all, and he just made it worse.
I don't know.
He made that shit so much worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, like it should have been
aggravated.
Keemstar was handling it a lot more better, and then eventually, like he had only so much patience, and then eventually he snapped and lost it with Seth, but. Packstar, he just made that shit too fucking.
Yeah, it should have been just Keem there.
Yeah. And he tried to take control of the entire fucking stream too. Like he was telling Keemstar to shut up or let him talk, whatever, blah blah. And then eventually Keemstar got super fucking pissed off and whatever. He's like, no. He's like, no, this is my show. No, you shut up. I'm fucking talking now. Because he was angry at Seth.
Spamming that button, bro. So.
That had me dead. Yeah, that button was killing me. Like Jay, you got to do that, bro. Like for your future streams or whatever, you got to get a button or something. And then like whenever someone's being an idiot or you have a hater or weeb or whatever, you just start hitting that fucking button.
Silence these fucking people, bro.
Yeah, upgrade my fucking soundboard and have like fucking noises.
No, that would be so fucking good, dude. Yeah.
Personally, I did not like that. I basically just wasn't able to talk at all. I also think that they added too many people to the call, but generally it was probably like a decent stream because I mean they got to the heart of the issue, which was is Seth a bad person? And I found
I never brought him up. Probably doesn't care. Probably doesn't care about him.
Interviewing him specifically, I think they did a good job. Aside from like at the very beginning where they were kind of like tossing him layups and shit, that was a little annoying. They seemed like they were kind of
they were trying to be unbiased, you know what I mean? And they didn't have anything at that point either, so that's fair for them.
Yeah.
I don't, you know,
Keem didn't even know who the fuck anyone.
Yeah, he didn't know anyone's side. Yeah, I don't know about all of that. Like Swag's kind of capping there, but you know, but I get what he's saying. But like at the same time, like that was understandable. You know what I mean? They didn't know anyone. Yeah. They didn't even have anything, like no evidence. You know what I mean? They were just kind of listening to all the hearsay and what everybody was saying and grasping their side of the story.
Yeah.
So like, come on, you know what I mean? And
making a fair assessment.
Seth wasn't there, so they were kind of just trying to, you know, just defend him in a sense. I mean, it wasn't like they were on his side. Yeah. They were just being fair for both sides, you know.
Yeah, so. Keem is in a whole different world.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah.
Keem did fuck Swag though. Like he would not let him talk. Like
he would
let everybody else talk, but constantly interrupt Swag or kick him out. Like that shit was annoying.
Yeah, Seth didn't let him talk either, bro. So it's like
that I will say. You know what I mean? So I will give Swag that, but you know.
Yeah.
Love you, Swag. Best of luck. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Love you too.
The way he says to love you too, he don't mean that shit.
I know. I was thinking that too, bro.
It's like you could hear it in his voice that it's like kind of weird for him to say back, but he's just kind of saying it just to be nice, like that. You know that you know.
Yeah.
But you can tell like he just don't mean it at all. It's more like a troll, like I love you too.
I'll be like, love you, pal.
What are my thoughts about the East Palestine, Ohio train explosion? Bro, I don't even know about that.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What the He's like, what do you think about East Palestine and political state? I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, man. So arbitrary.
It's like I'm an anime YouTuber, motherfucker.
It sounds like it is. I probably should know what happened there, but I've been zoned in on like this like Seth suicide thing for the past week that I barely kept.
Why is he mentioning NC Hammer?
The fuck?
Man, I have a brief filler.
The only relation is just Seth and Six dogging him for a video because they got paid
when
for it, that's it.
They got paid like 2 racks and they like shit on him for like a whole video.
And then he made a short grilling and talking shit about Seth and saying like I knew you were a bad person, blah blah. Like after all the shit you did to me and this and that, like fuck you, you deserve this. And
he did.
Yeah. Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah, you got to go to his shorts. It was
wow.
It's hilarious.
I didn't see that then.
He's like, fuck that motherfucker.
He pulled a J basically. He grilled his shit, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta watch it.
Yeah. SWAGKAGE, $10 from Aldine Dove. I don't even know what that means, bro. What is NC Hammer's NC Hammer 23's relation to the situation? Mystical Zandi for $5. He just didn't like Seth beforehand. Like that's literally
absolutely not.
He's a member of the community. He saw the allegations and he was just like, yeah, I knew Seth was a bad person. So he just thought that it was like funny.
Confirmed.
That Seth was being held accountable for it, right? That's all.
That's raps.
Let me see. $5 from Malaki Stancil, I think. On a positive note, I'm happy you came around to One Piece. I can't wait for the great content to come. Yep, I'm working on a One Piece video as we speak.
Someone said free top.
So random.
Oh,
really?
It's hilarious.
About to go.
Free top G, man. That's facts.
Stream with Rogers Base. I don't
know.
Let's talk about it. If not,
today, I know, bro.
Then tomorrow. But,
people can't pay attention for more than like 4 minutes.
So you know,
their attention span is
so bad. Don't worry, it's coming. It's probably gonna be my.
They're
next
like, so
video,
One Piece though.
Video about what
what the fuck are they talking about?
I think that's everything that I had to say about the situation. You know, like I'm distancing myself from Seth. I don't really want to talk about it anymore in the future.
He got so mad when Keem compared him to him though.
So that I don't have to worry about it later on.
I was like, God damn.
About me, say like, oh, Swag.
He's like, your big excuse is just you saying it was like you younger.
I'll just be able to use this video. I'm gonna keep unlisted. Somebody's probably gonna have clipped the whole thing and like upload it on one of the clip channels. I'll just be able to point back to this and be like, no, look, dude, Seth isn't trustworthy. Like, I mean, this is like, you know, like the the final straw, right? Like, all the stuff he did was bad, and I think that a lot of the stuff is worse than lying about suicide. But the fact that he was so unwilling to face the consequences of all of the things that he did, so unwilling to hold himself accountable, that he was willing to kill himself to any and
Hey, I'm gonna be real. I know he has money though too, and he's like, here's his $20. That's it. Because he knows he don't need money. You know what I mean?
He said you sound a little off.
Like,
well, I would too, man. Deal with all that shit.
I don't think he actually sees anything wrong with what he did. There's this really, actually, before I go, so there's this really like insane stream clip. I don't have it on hand, but it was like somebody asked Seth, "Are you a narcissist?" And he was just like, "If I was a narcissist, would I have helped out, like, lift up, like, Clyde and Chuck and all these people when I don't have to? If I was a narcissist, would I do this?" Right? Like, a total narcissist response, right? Like answering a question about, are you this negative?
Ironic.
With, like, well, if I was that, I wouldn't have. And it's, like, totally unrelated, right? Because it's, like, he hosted Chuck on his channel just for, like he collabs and stuff. Like, it's dumb. It was a really stupid way to answer the question, you know, just like, but yeah, so like, I think he's like a total textbook fucking like narcissist abuser. I mean, I would be shocked at this point if he actually comes back a better person in like a year or whatever. But yeah, let me see. Let me wrap up the last few donations. Naruto explained with $20. Take care of your mental health, brother. You sound a little off. Yeah, this week fucked me up, bro. Oh my god, I was so worried about him and like stressed out, and oh my god, I'm just like, I'm mad at him, but I am genuinely happy that he wasn't serious about it, at least as far as I'm aware. You know, like, I don't want to completely like let him go, but I feel like I just, like, I can't do anything for him, right? So I gotta let him you know, just like handle this on his own. Aldine Dove, $5. Sorry I missed your video live. I will support you, my man. Appreciate it. Don't worry, you don't have to donate. Any collabs with Six or Clyde on the way? Yeah, probably coming. I mean, I'm gonna focus on like the One Piece stuff first, though, right? I want to make the One Piece show, and then I want to make
definitely.
So the first video is gonna be like, I finally
need to get on that
caught up
for sure.
on One Piece. Was it worth it, right? And then the next video that I'm interested in making, I might have to push this one back because of how difficult it will be, but I want to make a Naruto versus Luffy video. I might hold off on this.
That'd be dope.
I know he's going to say Naruto.
I would say Naruto all day, bro.
And I'm not promising.
There's a guy on my Discord server that's fucking like a Lucy fan, and he gets so angry if somebody says Naruto beats him. He gets so fucking pissed.
Around the back of my head is doing
they always have those types.
An animated version, like the way that Seth was going to do Naruto versus Ichigo, since I could either ask Omar to animate it, or he
please,
with other
that'd be dope.
Please,
like, field friends that he has who might be willing to do it. I don't know if I actually want to do it, since it seems like a lot of work, a lot of like
I bet,
you know, managing stuff and like oversight. I might just do like a regular analysis video about it, but I do plan on doing Naruto versus Luffy at some point. Anyway, sorry if I sounded scatterbrained. Sorry if I stuttered a whole lot on this stream. I'm I'm very tired, as most of you can probably tell. So I'm gonna get out of here just in case I do have to go stream with Roger later. Because even though I am exhausted, I really do want to talk to him about how I feel about One Piece, and I'm going to try to, like, rest from this, right? Because I'm not stressed about that like I was stressed about doing this. So, anyway, thanks, everybody, for all the kind words and positivity.
All right, that's basically it.
That's about it.
Fucking,
that was solid, man.
That was a long one, but I think that was pretty solid, pretty worth it. I think we said everything that needed to be said, too, but... You guys have any like final thoughts? Anything else? Like nothing. I'm be real. Nothing's changed for me. That he's just more of a piece of shit now. It's just further proven.
I think he further kind of reinforced the premise that most people have, which is that Seth is a very disingenuous person, manipulative, gaslighter, and he went to these lengths to try to save face, even going so far as to pretend that, or at least to some arbitrary extent, pretend or paint the picture that he's suicidal when And if he's still caring about his reputation, that directly contradicts the manipulation he's trying to implement. So that's all this showed, even more. So it's kind of pathetic.
He's just making it worse and worse. Like, bro, if he never went to the Keem thing, like, you know what I mean, in my opinion, would have been nowhere near as bad. He just made it so much worse for him, bro.
6 hours of him just looking terrible. Like
that's the problem. And then he keeps on, and he just continues to make it worse. Like, it's like, how dumb can you be?
Like his tweets before he deleted his Twitter, like, oh yeah, I slapped everybody. Like,
he deleted his Twitter too, huh? That's crazy.
You're
he deleted both.
He said that?
Yeah.
I didn't
know
that.
Both of them actually, yeah.
Oh my.
But the day of the Keem stream, he was using his alternate account. He was posting a picture of like him and a bunch of people bowing down to someone, and he put his name obviously at the one that's like above everyone. He puts like everybody else's name bowing down to him, like Clyde and Swag. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude.
You can slap around, like.
But hey, he's suicidal and he's this and he's that. You know, like, come on, man.
Come on, bro, such horseshit. Like,
I don't know. Personally, I just think like being an egotistical asshole that he's been like consistently throughout his years, it doesn't get you anywhere with like making actual friends. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, you know, you lose them rather quickly. There's no quality in the relationship that I'm talking about right now. So essentially, when he did like do a mistake or commit these allegations, the desperation for trying to attain his reputation again, it fell through really easily because he didn't have any like reliable connections to like rely upon in the first place. So
all these skeletons in his closet came back to haunt him big time. All the years of skeletons built.
They came out fast too. Definitely.
Yeah, it came out very quickly, very swiftly, and they destroyed him. Like, made his whole legacy crumble before like everyone's eyes, and he knows that, and he's grasping at straws to like try to save anything he can, but he's fucked. So he's gonna have to like take accountability, take a hiatus, and come back. Hopefully, he's able to do that.
I hope so too.
Yeah, right now I think he's a pathetic fucking pussy ass bitch, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It just reinforces the notion of like, I think I really do believe in karma, and like you can't make it in life being like an asshole or malevolent sentient being. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get your due. Yeah, you gotta learn, bro. You gotta learn hard. Yeah, that's how it is.
Learn the hard way too if he keeps on.
Yeah.
You know?
X.
Yeah, like he's fucked and he knows it, and he's trying to manipulate. And now that that's not working, who knows what he's gonna do? I just hope it's not something stupid. So hopefully he doesn't do something he'll regret.
Yeah. Again, I was trying to find that short for you guys with NC Hammer grilling it, but I actually dead ass. I'm not joking. I believe he deleted it.
He might have now in hindsight.
I looked like in my history because I know I watched it and I can't find it in my history. I could have sworn I liked it. It's not in my liked videos, so like I don't know, bro. Like,
yeah, I think he might have. Maybe it's on TikTok, but I don't think so. Let me check real quick if it is.
Maybe it was on TikTok, yeah, because like
it's a short though, right?
It's like, how the fuck did I see it on TikTok? Yeah. I don't have TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, I only have YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
And
I don't use TikTok.
Let me see if he. Let me check on this TikTok if it's there.
Check that shit one more time. But...
MHA can't write. No. Maybe he deleted here too. Oh, here it is. Let's see. I'll put the audio.
But.
Let me start it over.
Yo.
Damn.
He's done. We did. One, beef for a long time. He's a person. Always knew he was a bad person. Didn't have to prove it. Oh, but now I do. Seth has apparently been manipulating, gaslighting, cutting off, and threatening all of his friends, and using those little fun words. The person who he was making that Ichigo versus Naruto animation with, Clyde, just posted a 3-hour biopic on everything Seth has done that's just been evil for years. Clyde revealed that Seth shut down the Patreon they were using to fund the Naruto versus Ichigo video, and just started asking followers for direct contributions. One guy gave Seth $3,000 to make the video, and Seth just it. He's also stabbed people like SWAGKAGE in the back, and there's also R-word and pedo allegations. I guess all your enemies don't have to worry about seeing your face on YouTube anymore. Debate this.
You gave him a middle finger. Yeah.
Debate this, mother.
Oh man, that's so good, dude. I'm glad you had it then, but hey.
Yeah, I'm glad he had his moment to do that.
Fucking W vibes, reaction, everything overall. I'm gonna conclude this video here. So, if you guys enjoy the video and this long reaction, I do apologize for it being a little bit long, but hey, you know how we do. We gotta, pause. We gotta talk. We gotta, keep it a buck.
Stay thorough.
So,
yeah, we gotta be thorough.
Make sure to leave your comments down below. As always, subscribe for more content. Subscribe to you guys on the channel as well. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to check their YouTubes as well. I will make sure to put that in the description down below. Don't cap. Don't be lazy. I promise you they got pretty good shit. Pimpin' just started, but Jay, he's been doing it for a good bit. He has a fucking shit ton of subs, so give him all the love. Keep him growing. And you'd be really surprised. He has a lot of good content in there. Like, if I had a lot of time on my hands, I'd be watching a shit ton of videos if I could. So,
absolutely.
Definitely check him out. Don't sleep on him. But as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.